Good evening, softball fans from all around Australia, all around the world, no matter what time zone you are in. Eric Ballnar here at West Beach Parks in the beautiful Softball SA facility. Look at this right here. Going on behind me right now is the event that is gripping not just the softball nation, but let's say the softball world. It's softball fully loaded. What's softball fully loaded, you ask? Well, a couple little quirks. 3-inning games. 3 innings, that's it. Bases loaded in every one of those innings. Look out here. You got the short fences. The players are warming up. You can see them warming up in the background with the fence brought in, some more home runs. And, of course, we have our pitch clock to assume that we've got, closer and shorter games. I won't be calling the action of the first game for that. We're going to throw it over to our amazing commentary team over in the booth right now. Let's head it over to James Harris and Mark Cramp to take you through what is happening tonight.
Well, good evening and thanks, Eric. Welcome, everyone, to Season 2 of Fully Loaded Softball Action. And great intro from Eric on the field. We are going to cross to him throughout the game. James Harris here, and alongside me is Mark Cram. Welcome, Mark.
G'day, everybody. And, what a fantastic night. I'm very excited. What an intro by Eric. You're on fire. We're looking forward to it.
Well, we have a new look to Season 2. We've got the new home run fence, as Eric mentioned. So at 180 feet, you can tell that some of these players will be having their eye on a automatic home run.
Oh, as Bruce McEnany would say, it looks delicious, doesn't it? Like, it's very, very achievable, but yet it's still a little bit out of reach of some, but they will be going for it.
Also new this year, couple new franchise owners as well. Emmsee Sportswear are back. They are once again the franchise owner of the Thunder. We've got a new franchise owner in West Beach Community Bank, Cobras, and they are in a shade of plum this year, or maroon. They look very Queenslandish, don't they?
Go the Maroons.
And of course, the Angels are back with a new franchise owner, and they are the CPC Angels. And perhaps, Mark, you could tell us a little bit about them, maybe a little later in the broadcast. But first game for the night is the Cobras versus the Thunder. Mark, what are your thoughts? Are you expecting some big plays straight away?
Look, I shouldn't have a team, and that'll be self-explanatory a little bit later on, but I like the Cobras. There's some very, very big, powerful hitters. Some very quick runners in that Cobras team, but then again, you look over at Thunder and they've got, the Bell White, Lana Kazler. This is going to be a very, very good game. I'm pretty excited about this one.
Well, as you mentioned, big name players, we only have the biggest names joining us in the commentary box, and joining us, our very first superstar player from the Angels franchise is none other than Sophie Roberts. Welcome, Sophie.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we are going to be bringing a player each game to the commentary position. So you have the honour of being the first one up, Soph, and she's in some form, ladies and gentlemen. She was in the hot play on Saturday afternoon that everyone is still talking about. It was a diving play, forehand side. You had to sort of spin and pivot on your knee, threw it off the knee, and made the out at first base. What a sharp play.
Yeah, it was definitely a bang-bang little play. In my mind, it felt a little bit slower than what it actually looked. But all props to Strapsy that day. She was hitting it hard, and I was just lucky enough to glove that one that she shot down my way.
All right, we are about to get underway for the first game of Fully Loaded for season 2020. Millie Fidge pitching for the Thunder. Maddie Cameron batting for the Cobras. High for a ball. We'll quickly see if we can get around the diamond. We've got Belinda White catching, Charlize Callahan at first, Jordan Lambert at second, Amber Hood at shortstop, Lana Kazler at third as the second pitch comes in. Cameron gets after this one. The bases are loaded. Lambert comes around to take a good catch. Runners stay put.
I was just looking at the lineup there, and I thought to myself, Maddie Cameron leading off, and then Hayley Benath, what's happening here? Then I realised it's fully loaded. You want Maddie Cameron on deck when you've got
definitely
full bags.
The outfield, remainder of the field for the Thunder are Jordan Lee at left field, Bianca Ramsey at centre field, and Georgia Ballard at right field. A couple of your club teammates out there in this game, Soph.
Yeah, it was definitely good to see a couple more girls like Bianca. This is her first year doing it. Riley, Yeah, so it's great seeing a lot more cats out there.
Hey, sorry, James. Have a look at the smile on Hayley Benithan's face. She's looking at that fence. She is known to hit home runs, and didn't she go after that?
Definitely looking for the fence. Has there been any talk about the fence, Soph? Like being at 180, it's definitely reachable. We've seen so many hits go to the fence in the SA Premier League.
No, not really. I think, that was a good pitch.
Strike three.
I think because like everyone here has the ability to be able to hit to the regulated fence. So just having it in at that shorter moment, never really talked about because we all know that we can hit it over when we want to.
Awesome. Well, Jess Neves is the new hitter up. 2 quick outs. This one, a ground ball to Kaiser. She fell on the base for the out. And 3 quick plays. And that is this format of the game. Just like that, the inning could be over. And so we have a put out to third base, or a fielder's choice if you're scoring at home. Sophie, you mentioned the calibre of the players. I mean, everyone having the ability to be able to put it out. We're using all state representatives, so everyone who's nominated for a state team, open women, under 23 and under 18s have been invited to come out and play. And so it's only the best in the state that are playing.
Definitely. And it's really good that everyone who nominated gets a chance this year. Like last year, it was best of the best of people who were selected for the state teams. But this year, we get to see more calibre of players that may not have been able to chance to make their team, and now they get to show what they've got.
Well, it's great for their development as well to play alongside of these are the fringe players that we're talking about. And this will really accelerate their growth and development. James, we were talking through that. That was 3 up, 3 down in our very first innings. That was very, very quick.
Yeah, a bit of a shame as we got an intruder there bringing the coffee in the background. Thank you very much for that, Daniel Waters, the president of the Nan Angels. So we'll see them in action in Game 2 tonight. I've forgotten your question.
No, I was just saying how fast it was. The fast act at a fast pace,
Absolutely.
3 up, 3 down, and it brings one of the best hitters in not only in Australia, in South Australia, well, up to bat right now, and this is very dangerous.
Definitely. But I definitely back Riley here. She had an amazing game against Port on Saturday, so I definitely back her to be able to put up a fight against Bell White.
Pitched a great win for the Cats. She's pitched 2 wins for the season so far, so terrific to see from Riley Moore. We'll be able to go around the defence of the Cobras in a moment. A change-up. Sarah Tonkin doing the catching, a great block. She's got to be one of their star players of this team, Sarah Tonkin.
Very good.
And as we go around the diamond, we have, I'm looking at the wrong team. First base is Michaela Yankovic. At second base, Jess Neves. At third base, Jessie Keach. Maddie Cameron at shortstop. And the outfield is Zoe Bennett-Dixon, Hayley Benithan and Abby Jorgensen.
Oh, good pitch.
That one's there for a called strike. So Belinda White looking for a free pass. You know what, I reckon we saw Belinda White have 5 home runs in her first 2 weeks of fully loaded action last year. So great shot. It's a single. It's the first hit of the competition. The runner turns second, takes on the throw, slides in safely.
We've got a run down.
Run down. Player in the rundown is caught. That's Georgia Ballard. So Belinda White clears the bases. 2 runs come in and 1 runner is out just like that. There's 2 runs scored and there's 1 out on the first batter of the game.
Well, I think the Cobras will be happy with that. That's an out. Only 2 runs got over the plate. But look who's up to bat again. You've got Lana Kaiser, another tremendous batter. They're doing well here. But one thing, and as Lana Kaiser drops that down over to short, Maddie Cameron picks it up and holds it. It says no, we'll have a 1-3 split there. I was just about to say with Bell White, she was having troubles with the slower pace in the Premier League competition. So this little slow pace here was probably a good sort of offset speed for her, and they caught her out a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. And we saw it last year in this competition. The slow pace, off-pace pitch was the game-winning pitch. It caught a lot of batters off guard, and they were having to reach for it, having to hold back. And so it's definitely going to be that again this year.
How's the insight from the players? We had Sophie Roberts actually went over and played in the Summer Slam earlier this year. She was part of the Riot team for the Softball Australia event. Yep. Well,
yeah.
good on you.
I'm trying to fill out me. I'm trying to colour in.
And
here,
she played
James.
last year for the Thunder, so she's had a change of teams in the off-season draft. That's a good shot opposite field. It's going to go foul. So when the teams were announced, Sophie, what were your thoughts? You know, you had a home in Thunder last year and you played terrific with them. It wasn't a trade; it's a new draft, so it's a new the new teams.
Yeah, I was definitely good shot by the Millwall Jordan. I was definitely surprised seeing that I was in a new team because I didn't know that there was a drafting process this year as well.
Well,
so
we just got a little bit of they're following the ball around here. Just to give you a little bit of an insight what's happened there. Lana Kaiser, the new player to the Thunder is Jordan Harris. Jordan Harris.
Yes,
look at the
sorry.
name here, Jordan Harris. Formerly Jordan Lambert. I don't know if she knows the rules, but she was running back and forward there. They tried to chase her. Sorry to cut you off. We got 2 runs. Lana Kaiser came in. Now Jordan Harris is now at second base. Keep going. Sorry. I don't know what you were talking about. Yeah, I cut you off.
We're a new team. You're part of a new team. So
yes, so I'm with the good old Angels this year. They definitely put up a good fight against us last year, so it's a bit weird being on the opposite side, but definitely ready to put up a fight against my old team.
Yeah, the CPC Angels. Looking forward to taking out the competition.
still one out. Foul ball from Millie Fidge, the new hitter up to bat. We might be able to cross over to Eric Bolnar in a moment, see what he's picked up so far in his fully loaded softball debut as Riley Moore throws that change up. So you're right there, Soph. There's a lot of change ups being thrown. Over to you, Eric.
Yeah, mainly I've just been watching the two teams try to get a bit of team camaraderie going on. Each team has their own little chant that they've been saying before they're going out there. You had a little...
Oh, heads up, heads up.
Heads up to me over here. A little throwback to the dodgeball for the Cobras. A little coming out there, so maybe we got to find some information about
what a terrific movie that was.
Back to you.
Thanks very much, Eric Bolnar. He'll be joining us at the table to call some play-by-play later on in the evening, and he'll have a new player joining him at the desk when he does come in to call. And
I reckon I might try to go grab Maddie Cameron coming up here when she runs off the field here. So any questions, just let me know.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, she was out first out of this tournament, so this one rocketed straight past her. Millie Fidge smashes this to the fence. Harris is going to score. And there was a close play at second base. Gee, that was it. That was
runner goes on the overthrow and going to finish up at third.
There's still only one out for
Cobras.
The Thunder. The Thunder
sorry,
defensively for the Cobras. Great shot from Millie. Gee, that went like a rifle shot out to centre
Yeah,
field.
she definitely connected with that well. It was a low inside pitch that she's just picked up really well and made really good contact.
Gee, these names just keep on coming. Amber Hood now up to bat, watches this one patiently for ball one.
I can't stop thinking about the movie The Cobras now. Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Oh, big foul. Amber goes after that one. She's looking the fence. Tell me she's not. You'd be lying.
Well, I think Amber also had a terrific tournament last year. She did injure her finger, but when she came back, she was blasting the ball. I think she had about 4 or 5 hits from her first few turns at bat as well. Change up. Good area to get it in there and around the zone. Ian Gray, you were having a word to him before the game, Mark.
I just gave him some encouragement from last Wednesday. There was a few comments around where his zone was, but looking at we got the privilege of looking at the replay and the screen, and I just had a chat to him last week and just said to him, I think your zone's spot on, and that's what we're just having a bit of a chat about.
Yeah,
and,
awesome. Well, he's played umpire for game one. Neville Lawrence is umpiring at first base, and at third base is the state umpiring chief, Steve Wallace-Yarrow.
Hey, take a look at where Maddie Cameron is. She's coming right in from that shortstop position, isn't she? She's very shallow for the shortstop. So she's got Amber Hood who can rocket it out there. She's either trying to cut that off and stop that runner at third. That's definitely what she's doing.
Oh, good pitch.
Great pitching, high fastball, and for a strikeout.
Does that put added pressure on you as a batter if you see the fielders come in because they're trying to protect that run coming from third, or does that put any pressure on you to think, oh, okay, there's a bit of a hole there between the 6 and 8 spot, maybe I can go for that? Or
No, not really. I don't generally focus on where the infield is. I might have a look to see where the outfield is, to see where I might have the best opportunity to get a single, but most of the time when I'm in the box, I'm just thinking, give me a fat pitch to swing at.
Oh, that's what we're always thinking. You're never going to get it,
Give me one to swing at.
Charlize Callahan is the hitter up for the Thunder, one of our star under 16 players from last year, coming up to under 18s, gets a change up from Riley Moore. There's 2 out and 5 runs already on the board for the Thunder.
Oh, she drives that one down to, over to second base. And how good was that as a play?
All right, well, Eric's going to try and catch Maddie Cameron. You've got to be quick, Eric, because she's going to be one of the runners for the start of the second inning.
I'll try to get right on it, James. Just 1 second here.
All right, as we are in between innings, there's no warm-up pitches in fully loaded softball, so you won't see the players run out and have a bit of a throw around. Other speed-up rules include catcher speed-up can be when there's any outs. Eric, are you ready to go,
Yep,
mate?
down here with Maddie Cameron quickly before she runs out there. Maddie, you were the first pitch or at bat in this, and you swung right for the fences. Is that a strategy right away, going right for it?
Yeah, well, you just have to get after the pitch. Whatever's there, if it's close enough, just got to swing at it. So.
And then defensively, a lot of commentators talking about you playing a little bit in on shortstop this time, especially when Amber Hood was up there.
Yeah, I'm trying to find my place. I mean, I haven't played shortstop in a couple of years, so trying to find my place, whether I go back or come in before the hop. So.
We'll get back out there on the base pass there.
Yep, so Maddie's going to be one of the runners.
Just delaying the action here, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And what's going to be interesting this year, it didn't happen much last season. There was no shifts in the field. There were no extra infielders. We just played a relatively routine field. Do you think there's going to be a bit of a change this year, Soph?
Well, I definitely think so. Just having a little bit more fun with it. I do remember one particular shift that Angels did on the Thunder for us for Belle White last year. That was definitely a little bit of a laugh, but I wouldn't be surprised. Runner coming in. Oh, she's in. Oh.
Big call at the plate. Maddie Cameron slides in hard. The runners all advance on that pitch that comes off the back net. So let's have a look at this.
I'm going to back him in. I reckon her foot hits the glove. Look at that.
Perfect timing.
That is the best call, isn't it? What an angle. And you might not be able to see it from there, but
the other angle showed it. Her foot kicked the glove before it hit the bag. That was a definite out, and I back him again.
Wow, that throw from Belle from the fence
that
as well was spot on.
That was a beautiful backhand.
And Millie's just taken it
on the bounce.
As the balls come into the glove and into a tag. Let's have a look at this for an angle.
Oh,
what a great play.
Put it in
and
the
a great
exact
call.
perfect spot to get Maddie out.
Sarah Tonkin is the hitter against club teammate. This ball's got a chance. Could we have our first home run of the year? Fully loaded action. Sarah Tonkin drives one deep to centre field. And a 3-run blast. Well, fantastic to see. Let's have a look at the first celebration. Well, the Cobras are going to have to work on their home run celebration, I think.
Work on that.
First week, we've got to figure it out first.
Well, I hope the Angels have got something for us.
Yeah, have you talked about the celebration?
No, we haven't.
Oh, you might have to,
still got to figure that out.
Because you know we are going to mock you if you don't do something.
Well, my team last year had such a good celebration, but don't know if I can top that this year.
So that is HR.
2-run shot, 3-run shot from Sarah Tonkin. I reckon that Eric should go and have a word with Sarah about that shot because it went out. Laser line drive. Jessie Keach, the new hitter for the Cobras. Now they've got a roll on.
Yes. Eric will be happy to get over there because I'm pretty sure that there'll be a few smiles on that bench.
Yeah, Cobras are right back in it now, like a tough play at the plate and 3 up, 3 down. Eric, you can jump in when you're ready, mate.
Yeah, James, I'm actually sitting right next to Sarah Tonkin right now in the dugout, getting ready to go. Sarah, first home run. How does it feel?
Yeah, pretty good, Eric. It's always nice to get a hit off of your own club pitcher. So, yeah, can't wait to tell her all about that one.
Now, the only little bit of criticism from the commentary booth is they say that you need to work on your celebration as a team.
I think it could use some work. I do agree. I think we could have had a little bit of more time discussing that one before the game, but we'll work it out better for the next one.
Now, finally, the hard-hitting question here. Now, a lot of Australians are saying Cobra is the pronunciation. I say Cobra. What is it?
I say Cobra.
Cobra Kai.
Yeah,
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai. Off we go. Back to you, boys.
Thanks, Eric. And new hitter is Abby Jorgensen. 3 big cuts, and you know what? She's not too far off, so we'll see more of Jorgensen as the tournament progresses. So 2 outs now for the Cobras, and Keach on second base. Riley Moore up to bat.
Hey, we missed that play with Belle White throwing over to second. That was a bit of almost a bit of a loopy throw. I think it wasn't one of the strongest I've seen Bell throw, and I'm not too sure if who was out there. Who's at shortstop?
Amber
Hood got there in time, so maybe that's why she took a little bit of pace off it.
Yes.
Maybe it caught everybody by surprise.
Yes, I definitely know Belle can throw a bit harder than that. I did think she had Kichi gone, but yeah, I think it was just a... Oh!
Now you'll go.
I think there's a bit of a miscommunication there. I'm not sure, because Belinda looked like that throw was deliberate. Well, she hasn't caught a game this year either, so
No,
maybe
she
she's out of
hasn't.
practice.
And you've got the new girl at second base,
Yes.
and Jordan Harris running around there. Now, I'm only having a joke there. We all know that Jordan, current squad Australian representative, and formerly Lambert, but married to my co-host recently. So, having a bit of fun there, George, when you watch this back. As this one goes out to first base and is covered quite convincingly. And that's side away. And the Cobras make their way to the dugout.
Now, we've got you for the whole this whole game,
Okay.
Sophie, because we think that the sun delay might hold us up a little bit, but we know that the umpires are going to be trying to do as quick a turnaround as possible. We're on the camera, Soph, so give your folks a wave as well if you want to. And but what we might do is we might just turn our attention away from the action for the moment and just thank the first of the three franchise owners who have made this tournament possible, and that is tonight we're highlighting the CPC Angels franchise owner, and he just happens to be the commentator in this game, and that's Mark Cramp, so part of the CPC family, Mark. So thank you. This is the second year you've been involved with the Fully Loaded competition. So tell us why the Fully Loaded franchise, and why the second year?
I don't want to use any cliches, I suppose, but the Fully Loaded franchise itself is young, it's up and coming, it's an exciting, and that's what we like to say, that CPC is Commercial Partitions and Carpentry. And I don't know, we just align with your ethos and the Softball Association, and we like being around it.
Great shot. Bianca
Is that over?
Ramsey pulls this deep to
Good
left
shot, Bean.
field. A grand slam home run, the first of the tournament. Let's have a look at the Thunder celebration as Hood crosses the plate. Second, third, and bang! Bianca Ramsey with a line drive home run, puts another 4 on the board and a handy 9-run-to-3 lead. Now, we'll come back to CPC in a moment because Eric is over at the third base dugout, the home team dugout, and he's got a couple of players.
Well, actually, we were going to talk to a couple of the other players, but Bianca Ramsey just hit a grand slam bomb. Bianca, first grand slam of the tournament. How's that feel?
Feels pretty good.
Now that celebration, a little bit better than what we saw from the Cobras earlier. Who plans these celebrations in here?
We kind of come as a team, but this isn't going to be ours. This is just
good
a
pick.
backup, and we're still trying to think of a better one.
So do you have a couple other backups in there?
We do.
All right, hopefully we can see you hit another home run later today. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Eric. So we just saw a ground ball from... Jeez, that was...
Jordan Lee.
I took my eye off the action for 5 seconds. Jordan Lee, ground out. What a great pickup. We heard Sophie mention the great pickup from third base, so third base is appreciating each other's work, and Georgia Ballard drives one up the middle, so Maddie Cameron...
Maddie Rocha.
That was Maddie...
Oh, no. Sorry.
That's Georgia Ballard.
That's my fault there.
All
She
good.
looked like Maddie Rocha from behind. I apologise.
You'll learn the tricks of the trade in no time at all, Soph.
Yeah, I just don't say anything because I don't know any of their names.
I think it's also the green uniform. Like Georgia Ballard and Maddie Rocha both play for Hills, so
course.
kind
Belinda
of just used to
White.
seeing them green.
Gets under this one. It's only a fly ball to centre field. Haley Benithan for... is that the second out? Second
Yep.
out of the inning. So bottom of the second inning. There is 2 out. Georgia Ballard is the runner on base, but the bases were cleared from a home run from Bianca Ramsey. And, gee, that fence is always a target, isn't it? Perhaps for this player as well, Lana Kaiser.
It is. I definitely think as an outfielder, it's a little daunting having it right behind you, and normally you've got a good couple of metres or so. But Haley did really well to get under that and take the catch.
As Kaiser goes after that one, it's very close, but no. Who caught that one, James? Come on, give me the names.
Out at right field
Abby
for the Cobras
Jorgensen.
is Abby Jorgensen. So That was a fairly quick inning, but they still put 4 on the board and are out to a 6-run lead. So it is the Cobras' final chance to get some runs on the board, but we don't actually finish the game until the 3rd out of the bottom of the innings because, as we know in fully loaded softball, the winning margin counts towards the standings on the ladder as well. Yep. So if you win by more than 5 runs or more than 4, so 5 or more runs, you get a bonus point.
This is where the maths come in.
And so on and so on. So we will talk through the points available as we go through, but we're going to get back to CPC. So we're highlighting franchise owners throughout the fully loaded competition, and CPC in their 2nd year. We've heard from Mark as well. You know, let's hear a little bit about your business. What do you do at CPC?
Well, the name says it all. It's Commercial Partitions and Carpentry. I've got a business partner, Mads Helber, who you know has come down here a couple of times. And here, Mads and I have decided to put a bit of a spin on the standard commercial building practice, I suppose. And yeah, we're very approachable. We find ourselves that we're a very easygoing building company. So it's basically office fit-outs, commercial building sites. Commercial building sites. We do nursing homes, we do schools, so ceilings, partitions, walls, carpentry. Yeah, and we just enjoy sort of having a bit of fun while we're working together because the majority of your life is spent on the workforce, as you know.
Great work. Swing and a miss for Benedictson for the 1st out. Now we've seen a change of pitcher, so fully loaded rules. It's our own bylaw in Adelaide. We are using our state players, and so we've got some pitches to work through. So we've put a rule in, maximum of 2 innings per game and a maximum of 3 innings per night. So the pitchers do get to share the load.
Well, Araha started really well with 4 strikes straight up.
Including a strikeout. This is Michaela Yankovic up to bat. Young pitcher from Port Adelaide. She actually filled in for Yo Grauer and won against Sturt Falcons in their only loss of the season. So no flies on her, is there? She's just come in. She makes her pitching debut and she beats the reigning champs.
There's some very, very good up-and-coming talent in this state. And I've been an advocate for South Australian softball for a long, long time, and I know sometimes I've been a little bit outspoken on some of the things I say and do and post on social media, but the talent pool that we have here at the moment and the way that it's being, the Dragons program, the way that it's been developed here, we have got some very good players and they are coming through and they are making their debuts and really, really making an impact.
Well, Mark, we love that you love the game. There's no question about that, and you do help us call the action, which is fantastic. Tell us about Mads. He moved over from Denmark.
From Daneland. So Mads has been, as that one's fouled off, Mads has been in Australia now for about 8.5 years. He's got himself a nice, lovely family here in Adelaide, and he was a carpenter travelling all around Europe doing bits and pieces and end up here on holiday.
Fantastic. He's a big beast of a man as well.
He's a very, very tall, strapping lad, and it's a bit like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger when we walk down the street. But I don't mind people calling him Danny DeVito. But yeah.
Sophie doesn't know who they are.
Danny DeVito and...
I'm kidding, because you're younger than us. We're using
not that young.
80s and 90s pop culture. All right, let's get back to the action here. Araha Munro, one of the players of the tournament last year, and great tandem work with Steph Trezisi. She's changed clubs this year. She's going to be an Angel. So we won't see her tonight, but we'll see her in the weeks to come. Big name players here in fully loaded action. Speaking of which,
yeah, this will be the pace for Maddie Cameron. She'll go after this now because Araha Munro throws pretty nice, good, consistent speed. She's got to find the corners. As Maddie goes after that one on that rise ball, she followed that up. So that was a good spot for Araha Munro.
Sophie, did you see that swing from Maddie just then? I want you to swing harder than that when you're on to bat, okay?
Especially if you're representing the Angels.
Well, whoever we're playing next, whoever's pitching, give me a fat one and I'll do just that. No, but it definitely, all it takes is one pitch in this game and everything just changed. So I definitely think Maddie on that up high one was definitely looking for that pitch to swing up and over the fence.
Well, the Cobras could use a couple of runs here. Low to the ground. This one's going to get past shortstop Amber Hood, and a couple of runs will score. Riley Moore, the runner, holds up at second base. And Great opportunity here for our young players in South Australia to be a part of this game. Obviously, Softball Australia, they've got a little bit more to play with than what we do, and so they've got the 6 franchise teams. We've got the 3, but the opportunities that are coming for these players, they've got to be stoked with this.
Oh, definitely. I still remember when I was coming up through the grades that I had a lot of opportunities, but just seeing the even more opportunities the girls that are coming up now are getting, it's just exciting as to what Softball SA is going to turn out into the future.
You're sounding like a veteran. When I was coming up through the ranks, look at it. Well, that's good that you can talk about your experiences like that, because you've played a lot of softball and you've always had those programs at hand, and it's a testament to the Softball SA and the development of these yourself and young players.
Well, I think when the Dragons program came out, I believe I was probably 15 at the time.
Part of the inaugural program of the Dragons.
Yeah, so, and I still remember at that point in time, it was an exciting thing because like you see states like Victoria, Queensland and Sydney, that all their programs and they're constant like all year round softball, and just being able to finally have that here in SA just made it exciting. Oh,
Great shot, Benithan. It's
gone.
The top of Bianca Ramsey at centre field. A 3-run shot from Hayley Benithan. Mark, you called it earlier. Benithan is a home run hitter. Another 3 runs to go on top of the 2 that already scored this inning, and they've come straight back into the game. It's a 1-run ball game.
Well, I thought Eric was over there earlier having a chat to the girls. Come on, Eric. They've got to do something a bit better than that for us.
Grab one of their team leaders, mate.
I think we'll have to grab him when we can here. I'll be right on it.
And who's on deck there next to you, Eric? That's the first home run hitter of the tournament, I think?
Sarah Tonkin warming up, yep. Getting loose.
Look
Ready to, she represents the go-ahead run, too, so no pressure to Sarah standing over here.
Look at the way she's swinging the bat, too. She's already popped one over this game.
I think she's ready to go back-to-back in home runs, start off the way Belle did last year.
Well, you never know, because Belle has had a quiet start to her standards, but let's not, you can't say it's a quiet standard because she started off with 5 in a row or something last year, so that was just phenomenal. But like I said, one hit can change the game, and it's just happened, 8-9.
There's just off of that one, and Hayley Benithan has had some success herself. She went to the Summer Slam earlier this year. She played with the Panthers.
The winning team.
So she's got a Summer Slam championship to her name, Hayley Benithan.
And has been hitting the ball very, very well in the Premier League as well, hasn't she? Gone after it a couple of times. Is that one? It's no way. Is that Neves has put another one over?
Back-to-back home runs for the Cobras. We're going to get a chance at a celebration. Eric, get amongst this celebration.
Come on, razz them up, Eric.
Well, Neves.
We need a better celebration here. Broadcast calling for it. Pressure's
on,
girls. Let's go.
They still haven't worked on one. Well, it is only week 1.
But I do have who's known as the Magician, who just has a little bit of magic, and Jess Neves here, who just tied the game. Jess, big clutch home run.
Yeah, I'm a bit puffed out. Oxygen. If we can get oxygen over here, we'll be good. But Jess, fully loaded softball. You like the format here. Anyone can get right back in it. You were down 6 runs. Now you tied it up. Exactly. It's exciting. It's good to watch. Anything can happen, so I'm loving it.
So now defensively, you just got to make sure it stays in there.
Yeah, I got to hold him and get behind our pitcher and just get the job done.
All right, we'll get her some oxygen. Back to you, boys.
Thanks, Eric. I don't think Jess understands the rules. When you hit a home run, you take as long as you like.
Oh, yeah.
I would be running second by now. I would be taking as much camera time as possible.
Well, interestingly, the scores are tied. There is a tiebreaker rule in Fully Loaded. We haven't ever seen it yet, but the rule is that the team up to bat can pick their batter, pop up into foul territory. Can you believe what you've just seen?
I do not believe it. Ilana Kaiser can't believe it. She's like giving some advice saying, yep, that was definitely mine. I don't know. Maybe Belle should be a pitcher.
I've never seen that before. That is very intriguing,
well,
but it's happened in foul territory and it's happened during Fully Loaded, so it doesn't matter.
Anything can happen. Sarah Tonkin better capitalise on this now, because that will never, ever, ever happen again.
She'll make sure that they pay for that little mistake there.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, we do highlight a lot of plays during the year, but no, I don't want to bring that to the attention of anyone again. She'll want to laugh that one off. Here's Sarah Tonkin. in the dirt for a ball.
Do you reckon the Falcons teammate the two catches for the Falcons that was there, Sarah Tonkin and Belle White, do you reckon that was a little look after you sort of thing, or was that the sun is in my eye? That's what will happen.
Oh, you never know, right? Here we go. Araha Munro with 2 out.
Oh, she was all over that
So
one.
what was I saying? Tiebreaker rule is if the scores are tied at the end of 3 innings, we go around again, but there's 2 out. Effectively 2 out, and the batting team can pick who their batter is.
With loaded bases.
With loaded bases. So you could go straight back to the top of the order, even if it's not their turn to bat, and you only get 1 chance to get 1 out as well. So you've got 2 outs. Tonkin, back to back. Caught on the fans back. Ramsey with a good catch.
All right, while we've got 2 seconds while it's changing over, if that scenario plays out now, we're going to the bottom of the third, it's 9-all. You tell me, you pick to me who the Cobras are going to put on, and then tell me who the Thunder's going to put on.
Oh, well, definitely for Thunder, they'll definitely try and put Belle up the top and give her a swing.
Belle and Maddie.
Yes,
I would
definitely.
say.
Well, you would say so.
Or even Hayley.
Well, yeah, Hayley's put one over. Sarah's put one over.
All right, so in a new initiative that we're doing this year, we want to thank our franchise owners, and today we've highlighted the CPC Angels from the MFSA, and in my hot little corner, in my pocket right here, I have a Angels jersey to give to franchise owner Mark Cramp, to thank him so much for supporting softball, for supporting this format of the game, fully loaded. Mark, you can put this up in the offices at CPC proudly.
100%.
Here you are. Thank you so much. This is all yours.
That's very exciting. Thank you very much. Thank you, Softball SA, and that will go up into the new office. And that's a nice little memento. So thank you very much. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
We'll try and win you a trophy to put alongside it.
There you go. You heard it here first.
You've just come in perfectly.
Stove has just gone up the scale. I tell you, I'll have a chat to the coach and see what we can do for you, Sophie.
Unbelievable. It is the bottom of the third inning, so I'm not sure if your team's good to go or not, but we can start to say goodbye to you, and thank you for joining us in the broadcast. We're going to see more players throughout. Who do you reckon we'll see from the Angels?
Oh, definitely big names. Got Georgia Hood, got Cara Schultz, got Steph Jasinski when she comes back.
Come on.
Chelsea Robinson. Got a couple of good young players coming in as well, with Fiji and...
Who's going to be the clown? Who's going to be the loudest one on the team?
That's Fiji, right?
Give us some insight.
We had her on the desk last year, and she was classic. She was one of the greats.
Yes.
As Harris puts that one out to right, that's a single. 2 runs are going to score. Belle White's turning the corner. Oh no, the overthrow's coming, and Kaiser's coming in as well. She's not stopping. Oh, that's a good play, and she went under.
Big call, the win for the Thunder, and now it is just by how much. We see Lambert clear the bases, 3 runs scored. That throw coming a little bit wild. Great camera action and angle from our team at Spacequake Sports. How happy was Kaiser with that one?
I tell you what, I think he got it right again. That's 2 tough ones at the plate.
This is Yankovic pitching. Chillingworth. Where am I in my order here? Taylor Chillingworth throwing for the Cobras. Cobras are down their ace, Yo Grauer, the reigning Cath Coral medalist in the SA Premier League. She'll be back though, we've been told. So looking forward to seeing her in action. And there's a replay of that play at home, and Kaiser doing the aeroplane.
She was happy, and rightfully so. Now, doesn't that mix it up? 1 swing of the bat by Jordan, and it's just bang. It's just cleared the bags, 3 runs home, and now we're looking at 12-9. Before we were talking about, is this going to be a draw? But the Thunder have had other thoughts.
Yeah, and just what you were saying, James, with Yo coming back, I think that'll be a big help with Cobras as well, like having another really great hitter and a great pitcher in Yo. She was just deadly last season, and she's definitely going to be deadly again this season.
Your teammate at SummerSlam?
Yeah, definitely my teammate. Played with Riot together, along with your new wife, Geordie. But yeah, she's such a threat in the box and in the circle, so Cobras will be very happy when she comes back.
Munro with a single to left field, scoring Harris from second base. as she has a look over at the commentary position just for a nod and a wink.
Well, it was probably to make sure you mentioned me, I think, more than anything.
James and the commentary team there, just to jump in on what Sophie was saying, I had the pleasure of talking to Jess Neves and Maddie Cameron after games on Saturday about Yo Grauer, and they said they were delighted that they got to look at the team list and see that they were on their team, because I know Jess plays with her during the season, but Maddie in particular was very excited that she did not have to face her in this competition.
And I had a look back at the broadcast, and she mentioned that she was carving pumpkins with her just last week, so in preparation for Halloween. So the hits just keep coming here. Cameron plays the lead runner just out of reach of Neves, so Hood will be safe at first, Munro safe at second base, and the Cobras can pick themselves up a point if they can.
Watch this throw. That had some pace on it, that throw. Maddie Cameron's got one of the best arms, hasn't she?
I'm just checking the scorebook, the rule book. If the margin is between 1 and 4 runs, the losing team can still pick up a point for the ladder. So if the Cobras can get 3 outs before another run scores, they will pick up a point. If the Thunder pick up another run, they'll actually score 4 points for the win. Callahan is just over the head of shortstop, so another single. Munro gets held up at third. And so the bases are back loaded just like that. Well, Sophie, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. We're looking forward to seeing you in action tonight, and then to see which Angels teammate is going to be joining us next week on the broadcast. So I think there's a bit of thought about that. So
rock, paper, scissors.
Couple of things for you. Swing hard for the fence. Make sure your teammates have a good celebration ready for any home runs. And make sure you're out there having some fun, because I wouldn't mind betting that the camera might be on you at some stage or another throughout the night.
Please work on your
Hopefully
celebration.
for a good thing.
Yes.
We might be able to say goodbye to you, and we might even see if Eric wants to come back and join us at the table, or if you've got an idea of you might speak to a winning player, Eric.
Yeah, I might have to. I'll have to go find somebody who did some pretty cool things, I
All
think.
right.
So I'll jump on the field after the game and get the first take from the first contest.
He's one of the best in the business, Eric, isn't he? He's got all access during this tournament, so he will slip in and pop up, and you'll never know who he's going to grab. So
I might be having an at-bat at some point. You never know.
Well, the Thunder are winners, and they will pick up 4 points for this game, at least. We, of course, want to see the Cobras keep it close, so we want to see some outs now, as the new hitter is Jordan Lee. If the lead breaks out to 10, it's going to be 5 points for the ladder for the Thunder. So, okay. Well, you've got a new coach as well at the Angels, Mel McGee.
We do. Good old Mel McGee. It's been a bit since I've had her as a coach. Last time I probably...
Schoolgirls?
Yeah, it was Schoolgirls. Good couple of years ago. So it's really good to see Mel McGee back and back at Softball SA, back around with West Torrens and down here tonight.
And with the state team program, of course. Well, Taylor is battling here. Would you make a change here, Mark, you reckon? Would you bring the field right in, like no outfielders, and just throw caution to the wind here just to try and get a cut layouts?
Look, I just pulled my sheet across closer so I could see who was on the bench, or I could see who's what and whatever, because Sarah Tonkin's working tirelessly behind. She's working hard behind the plate there, so there's a few that are just coming in and out. So maybe I might just switch it up a little bit now. Is probably the time, and see if we can get the next out.
Block from Sarah.
There seem to be a lot of change-ups here. Am I seeing change-ups here, or are they just
No,
sort of
yeah, definitely.
running?
Taylor's been throwing the back of the hand change-ups.
Yeah.
It's coming in at 67 k's an hour, so that is a real drop in pace. That one comes in a bit harder at 85. Cameron's going to play home, so makes the smart out at the plate for the first out. So Cobras do get another chance tonight. It'll be against the Angels for the third game of the night. The next game is Angels versus Thunder.
You know what I've noticed though, and it's different to the Premier League because everyone plays with each other and they understand their positions and they know what's going on. There's plenty of talk out there. The girls tonight are just starting to sort of feel each other out, aren't they? They don't normally play with each other unless it's in a state team or something. But it's a bit of a mixed bag out here, and they're sort of like, oh yeah, good throw, Maddie, or you know. But that'll ramp up as the month goes on, and that's when the finals kick off, and everyone knows everyone, they're having a good time. But yeah, it is a little bit, the atmosphere's a little bit quiet at the moment, isn't it?
Definitely. The first games is always just kind of a get to know your teammates, how well do you gel with each other, but once next week come around, it'll be a lot more louder, a lot more exciting, and hopefully some more home runs.
Well, we'll see plenty. There's plenty more action to come, James. We've got 2 more games tonight, so that's another 6 innings of action-packed, exciting, fully loaded softball. And Maddie Cameron just flicks the dirt up there, says, this one's coming to me and I'll get it. No, Sarah Tonkin, she's very, very good behind the plate, isn't she? Like, do you know her? Have you played? Do you play together? Have you played together? Like, tell me, do you know much about her?
So I played with Tonkin with the Thunder last year and also at Opens.
And the Stars?
With the Stars. And Sarah is such a solid player. Like, I've definitely said to some people before, like, whenever we placed her, you've got the big hitters like Belle and Maddie, but it's Sarah that you rely on the most because she's such a consistent hitter. Like, she's so solid behind the plate. Like, has been blocking everything, nothing's really gotten past, and is just a really solid, consistent all-round player that anyone would be lucky to have on the team.
Well, she's very lucky, and there's her teammate as well. Now they've switched up, with the roles reversed. She's learning a lot from Belle, and that you couldn't ask for a better mentor in your team and develop your craft with. Or from.
15-9 with Belinda White and loaded bases. Gee, this could get a little ugly here for the Cobras. If it does get out to a 15-run lead, it could be 6 points for the winning team. Let's get to 10 first before it gets to 5. But at the moment, a 6-run lead will give them 4 points for the win. Well, Chillingworth will keep battling.
We did say, though, Lee and I did talk about the change of pace for Belinda White, and that seems to be the key here. But we just got to create the length, a little bit more distance on the pitch, and take the speed off it like that one. So it made Belle reach for it, you see. So you just need a little bit more on it.
Definitely, they're some of the hardest to hit balls, and Belle, like being an Aussie member and the Aussie vice captain, like she'd be used to those really fast pitches that move around a lot and are really close to the strike zone but not like full and fat. So this is definitely a new sort of pitch that she probably hasn't seen in a bit, which is good for the defence team because it has a better of a chance of getting her out. But yeah, you never really know what to do with Belle.
Yeah, that one there come in at 88 kilometres an hour, and that sort of just caught her off guard a little bit because she's been thrown 3 really 60, high 60s, hasn't she, James? And then she just peppers that one in and just caught her off guard.
We will probably try to get the game started as soon as possible at the completion of this one. So it looks like the Angels are about to head off and start their warm-up, so we will say goodbye to you now. So thanks again for joining us. You can just leave the headset behind. No worries at all. Absolute pleasure. Sophie Roberts, ladies and gentlemen, one of the superstars of the Angels team, as Belinda White smashes this one past Jessie Keach. 2 runs are going to score.
That come off Jessie's glove, but that wasn't too hot to handle. That was rocketing down there.
That's Lucy Ware on screen. She picked herself a walk in her fully loaded debut. We're going to see Lana Kayser for the 3rd time. Eric, it's a bit of a blowout now. We're out to an 8-run lead, and the way things were going, we were talking tiebreakers.
We were talking tiebreakers, but in the words of Ron Burgundy, that got out of hand fast.
That escalated quickly.
Things really got out of hand.
And like I said before, Cobras will get another opportunity against the Angels. And if we have a look at last year's team, the Vespers were the Angels' bogey team, weren't they? They had a couple of wins against them. And
we have seen a couple interesting things, though, in this format in Fully Loaded, as the pitch just goes a bit higher. But you saw in that first inning, it was 3 quick outs. So when bases are loaded, there are more opportunities to make outs, whether it be with a double play or the force out at home or that shallow fly ball that holds people there. You get that strikeout thing. You make outs pretty quickly in this, but as we're seeing in this inning here, when you start with runners on, you can get that momentum going, and hitting's contagious. It just takes that one hit that you saw from Jordan to start the inning, and now it's 8 runs.
And we've mentioned on the broadcast last year and at SummerSlam that this format of the game, the inning could be over in one pitch. A triple play, anything's possible with 3 runners on base, aggressive base running, and the aggressive fielding as well. So it could be over in an instant, but it also can start to drag out a little bit. But this time last year, we were going crazy. Like our scorecards were everywhere. The players were in and out, and runs were scored. And
Well, I've dropped the scorecard again, James. I can't keep up with this, and thanks to Space Break Sports for keeping score, so I can keep up. But I don't know what's happening out here. Like Eric just said, 3 up, 3 down, and now this one's drawn out for a significant period. They've scored, what is it, 8 runs? 8 runs in this dig, and that's Cobras' 3 innings score. So yeah, it doesn't take much.
another change. We see Abby Kennedy coming into the game. So Thunder have used 3 of their bench players. Harper Bridley, the other one, of course.
Are there any rules here, Jim, about bringing players in off the bench and then taking them out or anything like that? Or is it just, has that been relaxed given the new rules? You know, on a normal standard game, once you come off for somebody, you can't come back on.
Well, it's only a 3-inning game, so generally speaking, if there's been a change, you don't really see them come back in. Normal re-entry rules apply, so standard substitution rules.
Thanks.
No worries. Chillingworth deals, and Abby very patiently waiting for her pitch. Loaded bases once again for the Thunder.
And where does Abby normally play, James? Who does she normally play with? Is she in one of the junior teams?
She's stepped up from the 16s to the state under 18 team.
Natural left-hand running bunt. Is she under 16s? Oh, we've just had confirmation by...
She's one of our under 16 players. There you go. So she's come up as one of our players that we've handpicked from the state under 16 team to compete against some of these under 18s. That we were talking about before, that just gets all that development, that opportunity, that to play with all of the higher grade players, and this will be good for her development. Yeah, and she would have come here with no expectation of game time, just the privilege of being in the same dugout of the likes of, Munro and Hood and White and Kaisley. These are just superstars of the game that, she would have been watching for the last 4 or 5 years right here on Spacequake Sports, but now has the opportunity to share the dugout with them.
And it's a great opportunity too.
Thanks to Kelsey for that information. She's just sitting to our left on the shot clock.
Doesn't miss a beat, does she?
As you can see in the background of the shot there, it's a 15-second pitch count in fully loaded, so the pitchers have only got 15 seconds to deliver the pitch. Otherwise, we'll see a ball for the batter and a base for the runners. Harsh penalty there, Mark. Crushes this centre right, so more runs for the Thunder. But Nathan rockets one in, and that will reduce Munro to a single, but it's a 2-run shot. And that lead has blown out to 11. I have to check the scorecard for that, which will give them 5 points on the ladder. So a real blowout in this inning. And you can see the Cobras really are missing their other pitcher, aren't they? They really need a...
just to shut them down a little bit and just take a little bit of control back out there. What's the atmosphere like over there, Eric? Is they're a bit quiet, the Cobras?
Yeah, I think I'm looking right down in the dugout right now. I can get it there. It's... there's not much going on in the dugout right now, to be totally honest.
Yeah, they're a bit quiet as this one gets fired over to third base. This rocket over is that the runner held at third too on the throw. So that is out number 2 or 1.
That's Harper Bridley coming in for her first appearance of Fully Loaded, and she does move the runner from first to second. Another one of the under 16 players, Kels, and this is Charlize Callahan, who would have been a teammate of Harper's earlier in the year. She moves up to under 18s this year. Mark, part of the Softball SA Premier League. She was the Rookie of the Year last year, Charlize Callahan, in a breakout first year.
Well, now, we talked about this last Wednesday night about the company that she is keeping. And we went through the list, and I think there was Vanessa Stokes. I think there was a...
Have a listen to these names that are all playing fully loaded. Steph Trzynski, Maddie Cameron, Georgia Hood, Charlize Callahan. Last year we saw Pip Bracken. She played in the fully loaded. And Maddie Scott, that's a big name. She's over in college.
Have a look at that name right there, would you? I told you, one of the best in the business.
Kelsey Nucky.
Kelsey Nucky.
Won it all the way back in 2012. Gee, that must make her...
2012, so early 20s, yep.
But some of the names as well. Mel McGee, she's one of the coaches here. Selena Follis, Olympic medalist, right there. Desi G. Morales, an all-star from Walkerville, actually won it playing for Glenelg.
Vanessa Stokes.
You mentioned that?
Yeah, I just mentioned it again because you didn't recognise it when I said it.
Superstar.
Yeah.
Vanessa Stokes chops this one down. Keach takes it down low, fires it across. The out is made. And that is the ball game. The Thunder have absolutely smashed the Cobras 20-9. So Eric Bolnar, we're going to give you an opportunity to get over there to the Thunder. They do need to know it's going to be the Cobras that leave the dugout. So grab a player from the winning team. They're staying on to pitch in the next game. As we give the thumbs up to the Blues. They played a terrific part of that game just then.
I think Neville might have been a bit cold. Wants to get him to put his jacket on.
Well, you know what? There are times when you need to make the right call. I'm going to get you to throw over to Eric.
Yeah, Eric, let us in.
I'm here with Jordan Harris? Jordan Harris. We'll go with Harris. She says we'll go with Harris reluctantly. But here we go. Jordan, big game from you today. You had that big hit that started that big inning in the last one to go ahead.
Yeah, no, it was good to get a win to start off with. I was getting a little bit nervous there coming into the last innings, but no, we continued the rally, and it's a good win to start off with.
Now, what's it been like meeting a bunch of new teammates and people you maybe haven't played with before or haven't played with in a while? How do you get that team chemistry going right away?
No, it's been exciting. I didn't know a lot of the juniors I have never met before. I played with Coach Stephen. It's a bit scary, but no, it's so cool. And that's the best thing about softball is that somehow we will just get along. So no, it's been awesome.
So what are the kind of things you do to break the ice out there?
Well, we have someone in our team called Lana Kaiser who just, if you don't want to be friends too bad, she'll make everyone get along. So we played a bit of music, we came up with a home run thing, and so they're pretty much forced to it anyways, even if they don't want it. So.
And short turnaround until the next game, something that's a bit different than what you normally do, a back-to-back doubleheader like this?
Mm-hmm. Yes, no, I much prefer this way because I can get in, have my 6 innings and go home.
Perfect. And so thank you very much. Jordan Harris, a big win for the Thunder, Emmsee Thunder in game number 1. We'll see you coming up in game number 2.
Yes, thank you. Looking forward to it. Thanks.
Back to you, boys.
Jordan Harris just...
yeah, takes a limelight, doesn't she? Hey, she's a big game player.
Absolutely, and she started things off in the 3rd inning for the Thunder, that line drive out to right field. So, well, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take a break. It'll probably be a pretty short turnaround, probably about 10 minutes. So if you're watching at home, here's a chance for you to duck off and just grab a cup of tea and a bit of a toilet break and something, so refreshment break. So come back and join us for games 2 and 3, fully loaded action, back for 2020. And in game 1, it was the Thunder over the Cobras, 20 runs to 9. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Well, we're going to jump right back into the action here. We got the first pitch right away. Game number 2 on the docket. It's the CPC Angels making their debut. Mark, this is your team out here. Mark Cramp joining us in the broadcast booth. It's your team out here.
Yeah, I'm very excited. This is the and got one of the best in the business, Georgia Hood, on deck too for the inaugural CPC Angels.
Yep, taking on the Thunder. The Thunder just proved victorious in their first game as Georgia Hood swings through this one. We've just jumped right into the action because that's the kind of competition this is. It's fast, it's full on, it's fierce, and so fierce that we've got 3 runners to start the inning. Bases are loaded here in fully loaded softball. That's a whole other dynamic to the game as Georgia Hood grounds this up the middle. It's picked up, throw over to second. The play is made, so the first out is retired, but the first run is scored. Makes it a little bit difficult for any pitcher in a situation like this when runners start fully racked.
Yeah, it is, but Jordan Harris picked that one up at shortstop and rolled over to second base for the first out, which now leaves us with a 1-3 split. And we've got Georgia Burr on deck, and Eric, look who's just joined us on the commentary team.
The magician,
Hello.
they call her. Jess Neves from
just appeared.
From the Community Bank Cobras. Welcome
Yes.
to the broadcast. And Port Adelaide Magpies in the Premier League competition. Jess, you just finished your first game of the fully loaded competition. What adjustments are these girls having to make right out in the field right away?
They're just going to have to, that's a good pitch. They're just going to have to get that lead runner. That's what worked well for us. Get an out, really. That's all it is. Get that first out down packed, and then, yeah, just have some fun.
And how did you find it? How did you find the first game?
Yeah, good.
You put one over?
Yeah.
Huh?
She did.
Is that your first one in fully loaded?
No.
Oh.
No.
Yeah, I'm really
I don't know how
excited.
many I hit last time, but yeah. Not my first one.
Lost count, Eric. I don't
Yeah,
know.
she's lost count. Don't know how many I hit. Well, they only do allow the 1 run to start this inning. There's 2 outs, but 1 swing of the bat, and Chelsea Robinson is someone that can deliver those big hits. Team Australia national player steps in to the plate as this ball slips away. You get a runner on second and third. You got a chance to play with Chelsea Robinson?
Yes, I did. No, it was good fun. I think she played at short and I played at second, so we're pivot buddies. So it was good to be out in the diamond with her.
And you play a lot. You love second base?
Yes, yeah.
I love it. That's my position. I think it's the best position. You don't have to throw very far,
No.
far to first. You see all the action. Now, it's a very difficult position to play because when the ball comes off, and in a fast-paced game like this, they swing at everything. It'll come off and it skewers out
It does,
to second
yeah,
base.
yeah.
Now, for all those people playing at home, it's the most difficult position on the field.
Yes,
I'm
I think.
telling everybody.
And Robinson swings this one. This one just chops foul. So what's the approach that the batters have been taking in this? Did you talk about this before the game with your team? Are you swinging aggressively? Are you trying to play small ball?
Definitely being aggressive, even going after that first pitch. Let's take your opportunities and mainly just to have some fun and relax in there.
So we've had a little bit of a hold up here, but the rules go out the window. Your normal play of softball just goes out the window. You don't, like Lee sits here and he goes, oh, I'd sit on that one, I won't take that one. But here, and as you see Robinson go after that one. Is it Robinson? No, who's on? It is Chelsea.
It's Chelsea Robinson,
Sorry,
yep.
I thought they must have moved. You don't have time to wait, do you? If it's there, you've got to go for it.
Yeah.
It's very exciting.
It's a pretty good lineup here that the Angels have. We'll try to run through that when we get an opportunity here as this one goes outside. But yeah, they start with Georgia Hood, go to Georgia Burr, and then you have that middle of the lineup, which is pretty lethal middle of the lineup, and Team Australia player Chelsea Robinson. Sophie Roberts, who we just heard on the last broadcast, Walkerville Cats star right now, batting in the cleanup position, followed by Cara Schultz, batting 5. Monroe delivers the pitch and swings through that one. So she gets 2 strikeouts to start this inning and just allowing the 1 run. That's got to give the team a little bit of a hop heading into the dugout here. Now, this is only a 3-inning game, so runs are at a premium. You really have to take advantage right away.
Oh, 100%, Eric. You've called it well. And that was a very, very good pitch by Monroe. Set her up there a little bit too because, as we were just saying, you've got to go after everything, don't you?
Yep.
So she knew that Chelsea was going to go for it. It was a little bit outside, a little bit up, a little bit off pace, and got her.
So, Jess, first game. The first inning wasn't the greatest start for you. We saw that. And just like in this one here, only the 1 run allowed. Opportunity for some outs to be generated quickly as well as runs in this.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely bang plays happening, and if you get out there and you make an error, you just forget about it because it's all just happening so fast, and yeah, you don't really have much time to think.
So the pitcher who's about to walk into the circle, wherever she is right now as we get held up. This is Georgia Hood coming in here, and she was tipped by a lot of people in a preseason poll to be a good candidate for potential
Kath Carroll medalist, which is the MVP competition in the Premier League. Georgia Hood is someone that you get to face in the Premier League competition.
Yep.
You'll have to face her at some point during this competition. How tough is it to face Georgia Hood?
Oh, it's really tough. She's a really good pitcher. She can do a really good off-pace ball as well, so you really don't know what to expect from her. It's yeah.
Well, you faced her last Wednesday night?
Yes,
night?
yeah,
I watched that game. She was fired up, wasn't
Yeah,
she? She was
yeah.
very, very passionate, Eric, in that game. She was very, very fired up.
And why was that?
It meant a lot to her, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
That first innings when she got I think it was the 2Ks to start the game with, and then Joanna Grauer put one out between. It's a bit of a blooper sort of fly out to 8, and she got on, and Georgia was not happy about that at all. But yeah, very, very passionate.
It was a very close game as well, so that's when that passion flares out of you.
All right, this is the scenario that the Angels will be very, very mindful of. Belle White leading the Thunder off. You got Georgia Hood, who throws pace, and Belle loves pace. What do you do here? What would you do?
Or maybe go a bit lower. I wouldn't put it up too high. Belle likes the high ones.
And she hits this one hard. It goes over to third. Schultz picks this up. Smart play going home. So that was a heads-up play there. A difficult play. You've played third as well, too. Walk us through this play as we might see on the replay showing up here.
Yeah, she just attacked the ball really well, got it out her glove fast, and threw it straight to her chest at home. So she did really well. You got to get that out really quick out your glove too and make that play good. So
great movement to a glove side to get that because that was coming off at pace.
Keeps the runners at bay, but this is a tough lineup to start with. You got Belle White, Lana Kaesler, Jordan Harris, and Millie Fidge. All of these women can swing the bat pretty good, especially those first 3. You saw Jordan Harris lead things off in the last inning in the last game that just finished in a lopsided last inning. So one swing of the bat, things can really blow open here.
Hey, that was a good pitch. That was an inside drop ball there. And she's Lana sort of bent back and it sort of just dipped in. Now, you mentioned Jordan Harris, ex-Angels player last year. So she's playing against Angels for the first time.
She'll be on deck after this going against Georgia Hood. Now, Lana Kaesler steps in here. She's been one of the state's best players, both defensively and offensively, playing for West Torrens the last little bit. So everyone's a threat in the lineup in an all-star competition, but Lana Kaesler is certainly one that you would star.
Yeah, she's very confident in the box. Lana, she loves to bat, but she's as solid as a rock at third base, isn't she?
Very.
Like, you're not going to play her anywhere else, are you, Eric? She's very, very good there.
So a 2-2 count. No runs scored yet this inning. They get the first quick out. And this one is cracked.
Oh, nice piece.
That's going to find a gap that goes right against the wall. That scores 1 run. That scores 2 runs. They're going to hold up the runner at third. It's a 2 RBI double for Lana Kaesler right on cue and puts the Thunder in front early on.
Wow, that was a very, very nice hit. That was one bounce into the fence, and that brings Harris on deck. And what have we got? Lana at second, and we've got a runner at third. We do too. With Belle White. Is that Belle? No. Who's that at third base now? You know, I can't keep up with this. Oh,
it's tough. It's Belle White over there. As Harris could sit down the right field line, and this one just drifts foul. Now, I think 20-9 in the last game, and Harris accounted for a large portion of those runs. She had a few at-bats where she drove in some runs, and she's speedy out there. So even a ground ball, she's just not an easy out.
Is this pace going to suit the Thunder? Like the pace that's coming off now, you just put the bat against it?
Yeah, I think so. If you make really good contact, it's going to fly off the bat.
Carmen moves over to this to make the catch, so that is the second out. Yeah, just how tough is it? Or I guess I'll rephrase this. How important is that first out in this competition and not allowing things start to spiral?
Very important. Very important to take control, getting that first out of the way, and then it all just come together after that.
Well, we don't want to harp on the game too much that was just on, but it was 3 up, 3 down. So
Millie Fidge
in your first innings, 3 up, 3 down. And then you got a bit of a roll on. Going back to the Thunder, and then they got 1, 2, 3 on, some runs. But very, very important. 3 up, 3 down. You lose half an innings and you're behind for the rest of the game, aren't you?
Yeah.
Nice play over at first base from Sophie Roberts. And now we've got a nice little close contest here as
Millie Fidge flies out, so we're through 1 of 3 innings here. We're going to play all 3 innings, no matter if there's a lead going into the bottom or not. But just a 2-1 game, so it's posturing to be a pretty close one as we welcome everybody at home into the commentary booth. Jess Neves, we've got Mark Cramp, Eric Ballnar, James Harris. I think he's out there roaming around somewhere. We might hear from him at some point today, but you got to play another game later on today. What's going to be the big learning that the Cobras are taking away?
I think we'll just be aggressive again, keep having fun, and just getting those outs.
Well, that's the name of the game in Fully Loaded.
Yeah.
It's have fun and mix and mingle with these new players that you don't normally get to play with.
Exactly.
You've played state a lot. You played the last few years in the Stars. How many years in total with the Stars? 'Cause
One.
Only
Just
one.
last
Only one.
year.
Is this your second? Well, it should have been your second.
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Oh, well, but
Yeah.
you've played coming up through the ranks with a lot of the girls, though, haven't
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
And that's what it means. It's all about mingling, having fun, getting to know everybody. It's very exciting. Who's on deck now?
Now,
Oh,
we're up to
Sophie
Sophie Roberts
Roberts
leading things off. She joined us in the broadcast booth the last game.
Hey, and what a way to start your debut.
I know.
Just lost the grand final
Yeah.
by a blackout.
Yeah, amazing.
That was amazing.
Yeah, that was a wild game for those that aren't aware of what happened. Yeah, there was a big, what was it, a power outage during the game, during the grand final. South Australia going for their first gold medal in the competition in, well, longer than we'd probably care to admit, but that would have been just drama sitting in the dugout all day.
Yeah, it was, and we didn't know what was going on, and it was, a bit stressful and dark, but
A bit.
we're just grateful the game still went on and we got to play.
Yeah, delayed, but
Yeah.
Oh, Sophie Roberts is watching that one through. I drove 5 hours. I was in the bush in northern New South Wales. I drove 5 hours with my son to Broken Hill, just to a hotel, just to watch the game. I was very disappointed when it went out. As we got Sophie Roberts on deck.
Sophie Roberts watches this one go over the plate for a strike. Now, Araho Munro, she is a pitcher that's really come up the ranks. She's had a she's pitched a pretty few good games at the Premier League competition already. What do we know about Araha?
We'll go for it, Jesse. You know her, and you've faced
Yeah.
against her. She came
Yeah.
up through the ranks through Seacombe, and she was only young. I think she was 14 or 15
Yeah.
when she first started, Eric, and she's come a long way,
She
hasn't
has. And she's got a really good spin on the ball, and it's always a bit difficult trying to face her and get a hit off her. She really knows how to move that ball, and she's, done really well to get so far. Oh, that was a nice pitch.
Cara Schultz in the batter's box. Base is still loaded, so the base is loaded walk. It's costly early on, walking the first batter. That hurts. Ties the game up at 2. Schultz swings at this one. So we talked about this just a moment ago, but you meet your new teammates. Some you've played with before, some you haven't played with before. How do you go about mixing and mingling, as Mark said, and starting to gel as a team?
We gelled really well. We're all like friends outside of here, and we all hang out outside of here and after our games at softball. So it was really just like we're just like a family. So it's really easy to slot in and feel welcomed. The girls are really great at that. So yeah, I really enjoyed it.
Is there anyone that you were excited to say, oh, I hate playing against this person, I'm really happy they're on my team?
I just think they're all equally as scary. So.
Who were you looking forward to playing with that you haven't played before, you knew off the field?
I'd say probably Belle. She's got so much experience behind her. She plays in the Aussie squad, and she's got so much knowledge. And I was really excited to play and learn from her. So.
And that was on the state team. And what about now in the fully loaded competition? Someone that tonight maybe we're looking forward to play with.
Yeah, Maddie Cameron, definitely. She's a close friend of mine, and it's good to be on the same team as her again.
Jesus, Cara goes after that one. That's very high. And Lana Kaiser never took her eyes off that, did she?
Good effort.
Pretty tempting just to swing for the fences. The fence brought in for this competition. It's pretty tempting just to have a crack.
Yeah, exactly. Swing hard. That's what this is about. It's about having fun, swinging hard, relaxing in the box.
And this young lady on deck got herself a scholarship overseas. I think it was a university to play over in university. COVID came in, shut the plans down. So we're lucky enough to hang on to her for a little bit longer. And she goes after that one, and she can hit the ball.
It's a pretty good at bat. She has battled along quite well here.
Well, ex-teammates here, Seacombe teammates, Oha Munro
Yes.
and Sarge Schultz. I call that, no one else does. I just, Lee Hull and
Throw
I
it in there.
Just started calling her Sarge one day, I think.
And it's stuck.
And it just
Yeah,
started.
I just don't know. I just can't remember her real name. Good on.
This one slips away. Now, especially with bases loaded, if you really think about it, there's so much pressure on the catcher right away. Pressure on everyone defensively,
Yeah.
but especially the catcher. One ball slips away, that's an easy run.
Well, you heard her say before that Sarah Tonkin was really, really working hard behind that
Solid,
plate.
yeah.
And she's very good. And,
Yeah.
you don't know what's going to happen. If one
No.
little ball that gets away, that could be one
Yeah.
run, it could be 2 runs. Because we've seen it 1,000 times during the Premier League. Come down, hit this post and
Yeah,
shoot off. And
exactly. You got to hustle hard. Anything past you.
As they walk another batter, so that will be the second run scored this inning. Now, we do have a roving sideline reporter this game. I don't know if we're ready to go. We're going to give this a try. James Harris, are you with us down there?
Yeah, I got Georgia Hood with me in the Angels dugout. She's pitching for the Angels in this game. But let's talk about runs, Georgia. Runs are at a premium at the moment, so a couple of good at-bats from your teammates so far.
Yes, we have had a few good at bats. We just need to connect with the ball a little bit better and then obviously score some runs. And we've got still loaded bases right now, so we're doing good so far.
Have you talked about the at-bats and swinging hard so you can reach the fence?
Yes, we have got a term going. It's the daddy hack. So hopefully if we get a few of those in, we'll pop a few over.
well, Jess is laughing here, James. She obviously knows what the daddy hack is.
Jess is joining the other guys in the commentary at the moment, Jess Neves, and she knows what the dirty hack means. So daddy hack. Dirty hack?
Daddy hack.
Daddy hack.
Georgia, you're going to pitch in the second inning as well. You're going to mix up the pace a little bit this time around?
Well, I tried to, but then Lana hit me for a sixer. So I think we're just going to try to keep it low and keep that drop ball going just to get those
don't
ground
give it
balls
away.
and get some outs.
All right, well, you've scored a couple of runs this inning, so if you can get a bit of a lead, because we know the Thunder can bat, so best of luck for the rest of the game, and we can cross back to the commentators. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, James.
Thank you very much, James. Thank you very much, Georgia, as Neve Adams chops us to the pitcher. A quick play over home.
Oh,
was that out of the
great
glove?
play, yeah.
Wowee, that was a good flick. Oha Munro. I thought that was going to spin and go out
Yeah,
foul.
me
I thought she
too.
was going to leave it. And then she just flicked it up with the glove. Watching the replay here, that was spinning back, and she went, there you go.
Oh,
and then
and she
barehanded,
barehanded
Eric.
it.
Barehanded.
How's that?
Great play.
Behind the dish from Bell White, catching that. Nice little play from Monroe to White. So it is the first out. It still keeps bases loaded, but at least it stops the runner from scoring. Makes it a 3-2 game.
I think that's Georgia Ballard, is it? That's catching at the moment? It is.
Or is it Georgia Ballard? Yes.
Yeah, it is Georgia. We just go Bell the credit. She's normally popped up somewhere.
She's normally
hasn't she?
popped up, yeah.
But Georgia, very well done. Stuck the bare hand out and said, I'll take that, and got the out.
This one hit hard, just finds its way through. It's 1 run's going to score. Will there be a play at the plate to try to catch the runner off? But another 2-run score. Poppy Carmen has her first RBIs of the game. She scores 2 runs to cash them in, and that's 4 runs this inning, puts them up 5.
I've thrown my score sheet away, Eric, because I cannot keep up with the 4 start. Jess, it's very, very difficult. 4 is starting here. I just watched the Spacequake Sports scorebook,
Yep.
and I think it's
5-2.
5-2 to the
5-2.
Angels.
They're Spacequake Sports. They do a great job keeping up with everything. So.
No, we've got you covered.
Kelsey Barker, up to bat, comes from the Hills. Now, how are these rosters put together?
You mean the teams?
Yeah, the teams.
Well, they all get pulled up, don't they? And then there was a draft system. I think the coaches, they go in and then they get selected to round 1, round 2, round 3, or like the AFL draft or something like that. So then they get they just start picking through, and you end up with 40-something players, I think it was.
Yep.
And then they just got the 3 teams picked in a row. So some players wanted some speed, some players wanted batting. Some coaches wanted that, and that's how it come about. As a franchise owner, we got the team.
Kelsey Barker up the middle. Is this going to score a run? Play comes into the plate, but the runner scores
and it's turned into a big inning. They started with bases loaded. They've only got one out. They've scored 5, and they keep 2 runners aboard.
Now the Angels were on the in the grandstand before watching the last inning, so they know that the Thunder can bat and can stick it out. So they need to get some runs. This is very important to get a bit of a jump start, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Izzy Benedictson, one of the younger players in the competition, up to the plate. It's kind of cool to see players from all the different age groups, all the different state teams, whether you're on the senior level or the under 16 state level, or players that have played under 15s before, everybody getting a chance to show what they can do under the bright lights here at Spacequake Sports.
So you would have a little bit of pressure on you, Jess, about being a current Stars player. You've got the younger up-and-coming players trying to take your position throughout the year. So do they come to talk to you? Do you pass on some wisdom and your journey about how you got to the Stars? Like they've been loving playing with you guys. You're like celebrities in the softball world here.
We just we give them some feedback. We just give them just any tips. We ask if they want any tips from us, and we're just there to help everyone. So.
No, it's exciting. It's exciting to watch the development as well. I've said that before in the last. The development that we have in softball SA is tremendous, and it's a testament to that. As that one's fired out, foul.
Just foul.
And it's come a long way since I was a junior, so it's looking really, really good now. We've got some really good juniors coming up, and
a long way in a short period because you're not that old.
Some long at bats here from the Angels, the CPC Angels.
Well, that'll make the Nairn Angels president, Dan Waters, who's sitting over the back there watching, make him very, very happy. What have we got? Runners at first, runners
at first, runners at second. They put 5 runs across the plate this inning. A good team batting approach, some patient at bats, some long at bats, a couple walks have scored some runs, and then a couple hits. Mainly from Neve Adams and Cara Schultz. They've scored this inning. They've had some hits. Pocket Carmen had her first RBI of the game today. So some good team hitting top to bottom on this Angels team, as this one is hit over towards short. Takes a funny hop. That was always going to be a tough one to play over at short, and that's going to score a run.
Oh, and that got Harris right in the top of the shoulder too. I think it kicked up.
It's a bad bounce.
It's that second bounce on this turf. Like you would notice as well.
Yep.
If you don't get it on that first one, you've almost got to wait to the third one because that second one's a bit of a kicker error.
Very unpredictable.
Right up. Yeah.
Very unpredictable.
And she's sort of shaking it off a little bit. She's always got a smile on her face.
She's pretty tough.
As you can see it, there's one. Oh, come on, after one bounce, was it? Second bounce. I was right. Yeah, it's the second one. Just kicks off.
So a 6th run of the inning. Crosses the plate. This one back towards Harris. Now that's a fantastic play. Gets the run at third. Kayser thinks about turning 2.
Wow, backhand play. Turns
really
it back to it and fires over to Lana Kayser at third. That's a good play.
Fantastic.
It really is, with Georgia Hood batting there. Now we go to Georgia Burr up to bat now, but some nice redemption there from Jordan Harris.
Yeah, no, she made a mess. Look, you can't do anything about that second hop.
Nope.
Really, she come across there and backhand glove side, opposite side, backhand across, and flick that across to ever reliable. Who's going to be standing there reaching for it is Lana Kayser. It's a bit of an unfair advantage. I think they got on that 5-6 spot. I'll have to call a franchise owners meeting and see if I can do something.
6 runs scored this inning in fully loaded softball. All the innings start with bases loaded, so it's always a chance to put up a cricket number. As this one's another slow roller. This one over to Harris, and she was charging in for that one. Runner is going to cross the plate and score. So Izzy Benedictson gets around and adds another run. That's the 7th run of the inning, and that was another tough play. She was always going to have to go in and charge for that one.
Well, it just died. She's having a really bad. There's nothing you can do about
luck.
it. It just dies. Look, it bounce, and then just wobbles. So you stay down. She got a glove. She killed it.
Right.
She killed it. But
right.
Yeah. Oh, it's a tough game. It's a very, very tough game.
And sometimes you get the breaks, sometimes they don't, but Funny has a funny way of evening things out over the course of a day, game, season.
And Chelsea Robinson went after that one hard.
Yeah, with 2 runners on, a chance to put up an even more crooked number and get a 9th run across the board. 11 is the highest runs scored of the day so far. That was in the bottom of the 3rd of the last game we saw. Unfortunately, Jess, you were on the wrong side of that one.
That's all right. Lucky there's 2 games.
And you play the Angels next, and Chelsea Robinson up to bat. Big swing at that one. She was the first inaugural home run hitter for the Angels last year.
Oh, there you
Put
go.
that one in the books. It's in the memory bank. I don't know why I remember weird facts like that.
The 2 runners on for Chelsea Robinson. Chance to really thump something home here for the Angels.
What would the Thunder be feeling now? Because you went through a very similar innings a little bit like last game, and
Good
you know
question.
it dragged out a little bit. So what would they be thinking about now? Because what I did mention to you, Eric, they went a bit quiet. You guys went quiet in the field. It was a bit of a shock because it was such a fast-paced game, and then it just sort of went oop and turned into a normal game, didn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
This one's hit hard. This one's back. Is it going to have the distance? And you can forget about it. Chelsea Robinson crushes that one, and it's a 3-run jack. And how's the celebration coming here from the Angels?
Oh, the Angel Wings, the Angel Wings. Ah, well done.
That was important to you, Mark, right? To see from your franchise team a solid celebration.
Well, I want to see some sort of celebration. You know, we saw some fantastic ones last year, and also through the SummerSlam. They have some crazy ones there, don't they? Now, I want the Cobras to work on this. Okay?
Oh, we've just worked on it.
You have?
And yeah, it's all ready. It's all ready.
So now we just got to see something for the next game.
All right,
Yeah.
we might see if we can get a pie dished up to you. I want you to put another one over, and I want you to celebrate, and I want you to celebrate hard.
All right.
So Chelsea Robinson with a 3-run home run. 9 runs have crossed the plate this inning. But there's still another opportunity, obviously, for the Thunder to bounce back here. They're going to get to bat 2 more times.
Yeah, we're a game
they
and a
start
half.
with bases loaded. We're not even halfway through. We're out from being halfway through.
This is a very difficult position to come in after a grand slam or a home run, isn't it? You're the next batter on deck.
Yeah.
What do? You go, oh, God, the pitcher's going to be angry.
Yeah. I think I went up after Haley, just put one over. So it's always tough, but you just try and do the team thing and back it up.
Monroe gets her to chase on this one, so she's got a couple strikes on Sophie Roberts here.
Well, Sophie Roberts was our guest commentator before Eric. Now, I hope there's no commentator's curse because Jess has got another game up next, so I hope there's no curse. And we want to see...
We want to see the commentators do well. Big things here.
Go, Sophie. You can do it.
Great. She did a great job, Sophie Roberts, with calling that game.
I love that. It's very informative. No bias there, Jess. This is an Angels player.
And a swing and a miss on this one, so she strikes out, but you can count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 runs across the plate that inning. It's a 9-run lead, but we're going to go right away down to the field with James Harris. How you going, James?
I got Lana Kaiser here. Tough inning, Lana. You dealt the damage to the Cobras in the last inning of the last game, but you're on the other side of it this time.
Yes, we are, unfortunately. However, it's really important that we dig deep in this batting inning. We're at the bottom of an inning, which is important, so we can always score lots of runs right now.
A couple of big hacks coming up.
Absolutely. Swinging for the fence every time.
Beautiful. Thanks, Lana. Thanks for joining us. Back to you, boys.
So Lana Kaesler will go right back on base. The last 3 outs, or the last 3 batters before the 3 coming up, get to go on base to start the inning, if that was explained in some kind of roundabout way, but off we go. Point is, bases are loaded.
Bases are loaded, so the last 3 outs are on base, aren't they? So Lana Kaiser starts at third base. And is that Jordan
Harris at second, and Millie Fidge at first. So a bit of speed out there, some athletes out there. Arrow Munro will start things off, followed by Jordan Lee and Bianca Ramsey due up. Of course, there's always the possibility. How much are you thinking of a double play opportunity? I know it's hard to turn in this, but there's always opportunity to make those quick outs.
Yeah, and it's a good time to do it when it is loaded bases and none out. I think we did it last year with a Thunder. Played it up the middle and, try and get that double play for the first 2 outs.
Well, you don't normally get an opportunity like that straight off the bat. So you roll the double. That just breaks the back of the batting team, doesn't it? It breaks their spirit. And if Thunder get a roll on, you don't want any rolling Thunder. See what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
Well, back me up. You can't just say, yeah, I did see that. Munro takes a big swing, yeah.
And James, are you still with us? You got someone else for us down there?
Yeah, I got Georgia Ballard here with the Thunder, catching for the Thunder this game. You got some big shoes to fill. You got Belinda White just sitting in the dugout.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, big shoes.
And your first opportunity in fully loaded softball as well. How's it been so far?
Yeah, it's been really good. It's a really good opportunity to be able to come out and play with heaps of different people.
Now, Georgia, you come from a long, long way away, don't you? Tell us, what's the trip from Coomandoo like?
It's about a 2-hour trip. It's not too bad. Gets a bit boring though, but come play softball.
One of our young superstars from the state under-16 team, Georgia Ballard. Thanks, Georgia.
I'm not going to hang you out here, Jim, but where's Coomandoo? Where's Coomandoo?
Coomandook, mate. You've got to drive through Tailem Bend to get to Coomandook, mate.
Rightio.
And Jordan Lee swings at this one. This one is blooping towards the right field. That one just goes foul.
And Lana Kaiser sort of thought that was coming in. She sort of has a little bit of a look at disgust. They're the ones that break your back, aren't they, Jess? Those little bloopers that just drop over behind second base and in between right field. You
Especially on that right-hand side with runners on.
Yeah, they're the ones that get you behind. Putting the ball behind the runners. That's the objective of the game. Ooh.
Dialing that one up to, we have the radar here. We should be watching how hard Miss Georgia Hood is throwing.
Well, that one came in at, what's it, 89?
89,
89,
yep. And a big crack here from Jordan Lee. That's going to score 1 run. It's going to score 2 runs. Runner being held up, and holy moly, it is a 2-run RBI double from Jordan Lee.
Geez, didn't that come off nice too? That was a 90-kilometre-an-hour drop, I reckon, and she got every piece of that and fired that out.
Flat and hard.
The crucial 2 runs. Cuts the lead back to 11-4. Keeps 2 runners in scoring position. Now let's see if they can get a string of hits. Bianca Ramsey had a home run last game. This one's going to be grounded over towards third. Good play across the diamond. Play at home. Good aggressive base running there is Millie Fidge. Good heads-up play to make sure she gets home and scores the run despite the out to Bianca Ramsey. So 2 outs, but they have scored 3 runs.
Well, Cara Shields comes across left onto the glove side, a little bit further out than she probably liked. Held the runner for a second and then threw over to first. Then the throw came back and it was in the dirt. So that was a little bit of a play. Going back to that hit, in a normal game, that hit probably would have been a stand-up triple because it would have kept rolling to the fence. In this short version of the game, you get a triple turns into a double. So every base counts, doesn't it?
So the fence giveth and the fence taketh away.
Yes, it does.
94 k's an hour. She dialed that one up. Wasn't happy about that last at bat, I don't reckon.
Charlie's
94, that was a change-up.
Charlie's Callahan steps in, swings at that one. What kind of pitches does Georgia Hood throw, and what have we been looking at tonight?
Well, Jess, you face her. I don't face her. I just watch her on the screen.
She throws a lot of drops and a lot of insides, inside high.
Look, I did make that comment last week about her action. She sort of throws. To me, it's sort of like she comes a little bit sort of sideways on a bit of a slant 45 to her throwing arm, and she does throw a lot of inside ball. And you watch her rotation. She doesn't sort of stand upright. She sort of leans across. I don't know if that's a good thing. I'm not a pitcher. But to me, it looks like she throws a sort of a side arm sort of action and comes across inside. Don't listen to me when you come up to bat, though, okay? You do your own thing.
Georgia Hood pitching her second inning in this one. Now, pitchers can pitch 3 innings throughout the day, but only 2 in one game. So it is possible we could see Georgia Hood in the next game as well.
No, that's very true.
So take some notes.
Yes, taking them now.
James, are you still in the Thunder dugout, or have you left?
I'm actually sitting with the president of
and a swing and a miss. Sorry,
Angels, Dan Waters. So you must be happy with what you've seen so far, Dan.
Yeah, hi James. It's great to be here. Angels are looking good first week out, so it's something to look forward to as the weeks tick over. The girls are looking really good, hitting the ball and running the bases hard.
You got an opportunity to make a presentation before the game and a photograph as well, so it must have been a lot to be part of this Angels family.
Yeah, no, it's great to have the girls out here. Gave them a cap and shook their hand and just said thanks for being a part of it and coming out and supporting Softball SA. It's great.
Well, the Angels have got some big news, actually, in that they received some funding through the Softball Australia Back on Base program as well. So some interesting times or exciting times ahead for the Angels.
Yeah, it's great to have a bit more funding. It's great to have CPC on board, helping the girls out and the guys out. But, all the dollars count towards putting back to the sport, so it's awesome.
Back to you, Life.
Kara Schultz leads things off, new pitcher for the Thunder. We've seen her already today, but this is Millie Fidge. This one slips away. We talked about the danger of this earlier. Play at the plate, and she's safe. So that pass ball proving to be very costly early on here as the Angels add another one to their run total.
Now, Jess, this takes the pressure off, doesn't it? This
It
takes the
does.
pressure off the batting team because that alleviates the double play. So now they can just sort of they can take their time now,
Yep.
basically,
Yep.
can't they?
Smart. Look at the pitches that they want. Be smart. Oh, that's a nice piece.
And this one just drifts foul.
Yeah, she'll want to go after this one, Cara, and make a bit of a statement. They need to get a couple of runs on board because the Thunder, it won't take them much to get a couple.
Back over to you, James. I think you've got, you're still with Mr. Waters down there.
Yeah, just want to do a temperature check for those watching at home. It's 12 degrees at the moment here at West Beach, but it says on the temperature gauge it feels like 7.5.
That's cold.
Now
We're approaching summer here. What's going on?
Now, Jess has just given me the signal. She's got to go and warm up. She's got a very big game
Big
next.
game. Yep.
Very big game.
Gets a tough opponent in the CPC Angels.
Yes.
I'd like to say good luck. So, well, go and warm up. Good luck.
Yep.
And I hope you go out swinging. And I want to see that. Ascara Schultz put that one out to Harris. Harris fires that over to to first base, sorry. And third is going, oh, it's safe as call. That was a pretty good throw from
Very good throw.
6 to 3 to 3 to 5. Run scored.
Does score another run. Yes, it does. But there's only one base runner on now. They scored another 2. So things starting to add up here. 13-5 game.
Jess, thank you very, very much.
Thank you, guys.
Now,
Thanks for having me.
Make sure you word up the girls because we're going to get someone from the Cobras next week as well to
Yeah.
come in. So
Yeah.
we'll keep rotating.
That
through.
celebration,
Yep.
very important.
Oh, yeah, it's
very
ready.
nice.
It's ready, and I hope we use it a lot. So,
I want to see it at least once. I didn't say a lot. All right, good luck. Well done.
all right, thanks guys.
Jess.
The magician, Jess Neves, joining us for the broadcast. Neve Adams. That one is called for a strike, Neve Adams. So she's down. This is the first out, 1 out away.
93 k's an hour. That one was down and in, I reckon. And she took it 95. That one.
This is the third and final batting innings for the Angels. Important because you don't just get 2 points for a win like you get in the Premier League competition. The number of points you get is based on the margin of victory. So right now, obviously, we're looking at an 8-point margin of victory. If that were to hold, it would be 4 points. If they just win by 1 to 4, it's 3 points, and anything more than 10 to 14, that's 5. So that is what the Thunder did in their first game. So the Angels looking to match that versus that team.
They are big swing and a miss there. Now that is very important because last year, like even 1 point came into play, and I think you get if you get a point for the losing team if you lose between 1 and 4 runs. So that 1 point you get as the losing team can come into favour.
Or just that difference of keeping that a 9-run game compared to the 10. There's that other point of separation. So 8 is okay. It's just as good as 6, I guess. But they're going to look to add to this run and put it to double digits.
Now, look who's just joined us, Eric, who's come back from the freezing cold, put about 14 jumpers on, and sat next to us. It's Softball SA's own. As he's checking the umpire, was that a... Oh, yes, she did, says the umpire.
She swung.
Still waiting for that for you to finish.
Yeah,
that
who
intro.
is it? Who's here?
Oh, no, so welcome back, James Harris, welcome back.
Oh, thanks, Mark. Yeah, I did put on a hoodie and then put the jacket back over the top. It is really fresh out there.
Poppy Carmen has scored twice in this game. She's got an RBI as well. Let's see if she can add to her. It's a pretty good-looking game so far from young Poppy Carmen.
She has done well, yes. A notable inclusion in this Angels lineup too. She goes after that, and that was a bit of a tentative swing. I shouldn't have went for it. I knew better. James, around the diamond, what was the atmosphere like in the dugouts, and how is everybody going?
You know what? I think the players are a little tentative as well. It's week 1. It's game 1 for the Angels at least. Anyway, you can see that the Thunder are a little bit more relaxed, but they're the ones trailing at the moment. But Angels have got a pretty young side as well, so they're waiting for a leader to stand up.
This one's grounded towards Kaesler. She scoops, she fires, and she's there safely. So it's another RBI for Carmen.
Well, that throw by Kaesler just a little bit short and had to stretch. Oha Munro had to stretch a little bit there, and your foot came off the base.
Very close play.
young and enthusiastic, nothing to lose, the Angels.
Absolutely, and they've got some star power to come back into the lineup. Steph Drzezinski, she's one of the Eagles' leading hitters so far this season.
Barker grounds it back to Kaesler. She makes the play this time. They get out of the inning, so 3 runs are added to the total. Their final runs scored for the day will be 14. They have a 9-point margin, so still not out of this here for the Thunder because they put up 11 runs in their final inning last time, and there's no reason to think that they can't do something again.
Oh, you'd never think that they can't. We saw them put on 11 runs, in the last innings, in the last game. James, they've got a star-studded lineup there, and if they're very dangerous.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to, throughout the tournament, just letting everyone know how good the calibre of player is in this team. I mean, you go back to January this year, the State Under-16 tournament, 2 of the players of the Angels team won the National MVP and the Hitting Award. So that is Georgia Burr and Neve Adams. So some absolute young talent in that side. Looks like a new pitcher is going to come. Another one of the Under-16 state players from last year at Ruby Fidge is going to roll over for the Angels. No warm-up pitches, so straight out of the fry pan and into the fire.
Now, the Thunder, who were batting sensationally in the last game, they've had 2 innings, granted, but they still haven't even got through their lineup once yet, whereas the Angels have got through everybody twice. So they do need that big inning. Right now, the margin sits at 9 runs, so if the score were to hold between 5 and 9 runs, that's 4 points. If they can just get this to 4 runs, it's a crucial, crucial point that the Thunder would pick up, and they would maintain their spot here at the top of the table.
Now, I just pointed at my sheet in front of me here with the Fidge, the last name Fidge, a relation to Millie Fidge, James?
Absolutely. Pretty good stock from the Fidge stables, as they say.
Well, that's a very good pickup by the Angels there. If she's as good as Millie Fidge, and hopefully she is. She's really put a couple down there. I don't mind the spots. A little bit out, a little bit in.
Well, gentlemen, we have every potential here that if we can get to the 4th, 5th batter in the lineup, that it will be a Ruby Fidge versus Millie Fidge showdown in this inning. As Harper Bridley swings at that one, gets it up to 2 strikes.
I don't know if I
got a substitution. Abby Kennedy in the left-handed batter's box.
Abby Kennedy then.
Yeah. The changes
are fast.
Well, they are fast, but they don't need to be announced either. So just one of the speed-up rules.
But a big strikeout from Ruby Fidge on the mound. So that is strikeout number 1.
Great debut, a strikeout with your first batter. Uh-oh, Belinda White.
Yeah, and the bases are loaded.
I reckon we should be signaling the coach to say, let's just sacrifice 1 run here and put Belle White at first base. That's what Lee Hull would do, I guarantee it.
Now, this is fully loaded softball. Don't matter who's in there. You got to go at him.
Lee, if you are listening, send us a telegram or a Morse code and let us know what you would do.
It's in the post.
It's Lee's birthday next week.
Is it? Belle White swings hard at this one. It finds a gap. That scores 1 run. Will it score 2 runs? Surely it will. Belle White with a 2 RBI single creeps that lead to 7 for the Angels.
Okay, well that was not too bad. The Angels have done well there. I'm going to be the biased commentator here, and I think that was a good play by the Angels just to sort of feed one into Bell to get a 2-run shot there. Lana Kaesler up.
Yeah, that's what I say. But you got Lana Kaesler and then Jordan Harris coming up, so things don't get any easier. And if Lana Kaesler can crack one here, she can one swing of the bat away from getting this to that 1 to 4 run margin, which would guarantee them a point.
That's got to be against the rules, shaping to bunt, surely, fully loaded.
Lana just gave Belle White the filthiest look you've ever seen. I think Belle didn't see the signal, or she just says, I don't have to go. This time I'm going.
And she does go. They're throwing it over to third, trying to look at that old double steal. It's going to be a free bag for Belle White.
Does that ever work? Does that ever work? You ever see that work, Lee?
It's going to work at some point. Some random grand final late that's going to cost some team.
I've just kicked somebody.
And this one finds the same gap that Belle White found. That scores 1 run. Kaesler pushing for 2. She's in some trouble. Kaesler trying to get back. She's going to get tagged out. She does score 2 runs, trying to push that into a double. That's a crucial out,
That is a crucial out. You know what that means? The Angels are 1 out away from the win.
1 out from the win, but 1 out away from getting 4 points. at this 5-run margin it is now, rather than just a net 2 points. That's a big swing between the 4 and the 2 points.
How good are the Thunder in the bottom of the third inning? So far, they've probably scored more than half of their runs in the third inning.
Yeah, they scored 4 runs in this game. They scored 11 in their last one. And this is a shot from Harris. This one's going up to the wall, rattles against it. Harris motoring over towards second. She slides in there safely.
What a throw, and what a pickup too by Robinson, but let's not take away the hit from Jordan Harris. Fires that one out to right field, and she was looking second. I reckon she was looking third, to be honest with you, Erica. She was rounding first.
Yeah, without that fence, that would have been a triple easily, and it takes a rattle, and she could be home.
Bennett Dixon out there at right field, got that ball in a hurry.
Millie Fidge steps in, so this is what we wanted, the Fidge v. Fidge showdown.
There it is.
I wonder if they've ever faced off against each other before. Only in the backyard.
This will make for an interesting ride home.
Ruby versus Millie, and Millie chases that one, and Ruby's loving it.
That'll be brought up at Christmas lunch.
Look at the laugh of Millie. 2 strikes. Can Ruby
I think this
deal the sister a blow here?
I tell you what,
she's not going to swing at that one.
There's a bit of support in the grandstand behind for Ruby. Wowee. 2 change-ups in a row, though. You don't want to throw that again, do you?
Which Fidge gets bragging rights in week number 1, just outside, trying to get her to chase. I like it. They both have big smiles on their face.
Come on, Blue.
14-9. Ruby Fidge trying to keep it a 4-point victory for the Angels and deliver that final out. And Millie Fidge grounds this one and stays alive to make it a true battle going into the 6th pitch coming here.
2 strikes. 2 strikes. What do you throw,
Yeah,
Eric?
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Throw her outside, or do you want to throw her another change-up? Lee had called for the change-up, surely.
14-9, Angels trying to hold on to a 5-run lead. Millie Fidge grounds this one, and it's got some eyes. Lambert flying around third. Lambert will score easily, so it's an RBI from Millie Fidge.
That was my fault. I said Lambert, and I jinxed you. That was Harris.
Yeah, that was Harris.
Harris. Lambert knee.
It's hard to get used to.
Harris knee Lambert.
Let's have a look at the replay. Special thanks to leading teams for the replay there. Good shot from Fidge. Harris.
I know. You did it. You did it too.
It's your wife.
Well, I'm the one that made her a Harris.
She's quick, hey? She's very, very quick.
But crucially, though, now the margin is just down to 4 runs, so it's going to be at least a point here for the Thunder, who have clawed back 5 runs in this inning, and the Angels can't get any more than 3 points in this. So after this round, the Thunder will still be in first place, but the Angels still get to play in the next game today.
Yeah,
this one is hit hard right over towards first base. Sophie Roberts, she's always got a good defensive play in her, and that will seal it here. The Angels win the 2nd game of the day, 14-10. They take 3 competition points, and it's just 1 point here for the Thunder. They have 6 now in the competition ladder. Mark, you got to be happy with the CPC Angels in that one.
Well, I am very, very excited. That's a very good game, and you wouldn't believe who our special commentator is, who's just come in, and James has grabbed him. Neville, never wrong. Lawrence, welcome to the commentary team. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Neville, I'm going to get you to turn around and face the diamond so you can jump on camera.
It's going to be the double one. Look, we're going to be in the back shot.
Yeah, Hall of Famer Neville Lawrence joins us. How exciting is this format of the game for the umpires? This is new ground we're breaking here.
No, it's good. It's really good. The first game started really great. Slow down in that last innings. It was hard to find a third out in that game, but no, it was a great game.
We checked the temperature. It says 12.5. It says feels like 7.5. You must be feeling it with a short sleeve shirt on.
It was starting to get a bit chilly earlier in that first game, but I'll be on the plate here, so it will not be an issue.
Well, never mind what I said, Neville, because I did say I think you must have been cold in that last innings. You found the third out, you ran off and got a jumper. So I don't know if that was out or not, but I'm not going to say you were wrong.
I wasn't wrong. That was the right call without a doubt.
Good man.
Now,
Watch it on the replay.
We're having some trouble just keeping up with everything that's going on with bases loaded starting every innings. I can't imagine how difficult that might be for an umpire out there with having to watch 7, 8 different things out there.
Well, it makes it interesting because we've got a number of options that can happen on that first pitch. We can have an infield fly, we can have a double play, triple play, we can have a grand slam. It's all possible.
It's very exciting. Do you like this format of the game?
Yes, I do. It's very short. It's exciting. It's great for the spectators, and we've got a few up there. That's interesting to see. And with the shorter season this year, I think we'll be a lot better.
Yeah.
It won't drag on. It's great for over a short period of time, but it can drag.
We've reduced it to 3 rounds plus a round of finals, Nev. The shorter home run fences, do you reckon back in your playing days you'd be able to reach the home run fence?
He could reach the home run
Well,
fence.
crikey, in my playing days, I struggled to get past the pitcher.
Hey, Neville Lawrence, thank you so much for joining us. You've got to get ready for the next game.
No problem. Thanks, guys.
Neville, thank you.
Thank you very much.
What an insight we get from the umpires, from the players, perspective of roaming around. This is really good.
Yep, we do. And one of the best parts of this is how quick the turnaround is here. You can already see the pitchers out on the field warming up, getting ready to go. So, but I think we will go for a quick break. Is that right, David Muggleton? And we'll be back in a couple minutes. So sit back, relax, go get your tea, go get your beer, whatever you're drinking, whatever you're doing at home right now. Go to the bathroom. We'll be back soon.
Thanks.
We're back for Fully Loaded for the final game of the evening. It is the CPC Angels versus the Community Bank West Beach Cobras. And Cobras, Eric Balnar is joining me, and the two superstars from the Thunder joining us, Millie Fidge and Araha Munro. Welcome, gals.
Thanks for having us.
Well, we're back for Fully Loaded, and all smiles here at the commentary table. Girls, how are you feeling after the first night?
Oh, it was good, very exciting. A lot of plays happened.
Yeah, I'm a bit sore.
Of course, you both had to go pitching as well. You had a big win first game up, so must have been confident going into the second game.
Yeah. I mean, we worked well together, everyone. First game into it, everyone got into it really quickly, which was good.
All right, we're going to go back over to the girls in a moment. Eric Balnar to call the action.
We're jumping right off the bat here. A crack shot right up the middle. This goes right to the wall. Bases start loaded, and 2 runs have been scored on the board for the Angels, who are in flight right away. It's 2-0.
I've got 2 Cobras lineups here. I don't have an Angels lineup, but I know that was Neve Adams that just smashed one. Girls, gee, what a fast start for the Angels.
Yeah, she's really going well on the bats in our usual competition as well.
Oh. Elisa Gooley, is this her first appearance in the Fully Loaded format?
Pretty sure it is. First time I've seen her in the Angels uniform and playing for Fully Loaded. I think it's Elisa?
Elisa? Do we know? Gooley. We'll just call her Gooley. Can't go wrong with that, can we?
No idea.
But she's got a 2-run lead early for the CPC Angels. This one's just popped out and it goes foul.
Cobra's defensive lineup. We might be able to quickly go around while we wait for Gooley to come back to the batter's box. Maddie Cameron, as you mentioned, playing first base.
Things up.
Taylor Chillingworth is back pitching. We've also got Courtney Shepherd doing some catching, so good to see Courtney Shepherd behind the plate. We'll go around the rest of the field in a moment.
Yep, we've got Haley Benithan at second, Jess Neves moving over to short, and Sarah Tonkin, who caught the first game, is over at third, and Pearson, DeBro, and Menzies in the outfield. So a lot of younger players getting an opportunity in this game.
Yeah, Cobra's lineup have got some power and some experience, and then they've got some good young state players as well. Do you know any of these girls in the field, any of your teammates out there?
Oh, yeah, we got some teammates and some oppositions as well. Play against them in under 18s every week.
Who have we got?
Your Pearson's your teammate, Araha?
Yes, Bryony. She's a very good player.
Saw that she did she make her A-grade debut this year for Seacombe? She got a hit in her debut?
Yeah, she sure did, and a catching debut. She's very good.
Now, one of the younger players that impressed in the last game, Poppy Carmen, she was batting down in the lineup last game, but she's moved over to third. Good play from Maddie Cameron to charge on and get the runner at third. Or was she called safe? She held the runner from third, though. They allowed her to get to first, but that was a heads-up play from Maddie Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron, very aggressive in the field, wasn't she? She didn't want to make the easy out at first. She wanted to stop that run from scoring. So obviously it's in the back of the player's mind that the runs are at a premium.
Yep. Chelsea Robinson, one of the premier hitters in the competition. She's batting cleanup today. She's got bases loaded once again. So what did you girls reckon? You guys like playing the first 2 games of the day, getting them out of the way, and just coming up, showing up to the ballpark and playing the 2 right away?
Yeah,
definitely.
For sure. Get it over and done with.
Now, are there any players on your team that you were kind of excited to play with, maybe for the first time?
Well, I had Jordan Lambert, Harris last year.
There you go. We've even James has mixed that one up a couple times today.
Yeah, I had her last year, so it was good to have her back, and I was kind of scared to play with Lana.
Scared to play with Lana?
Because I was playing against her. I was very scared, but after the first game, we warmed up with each other, and it was like we'd known each other for years. It was like, I don't know, got on with her well.
Well, that's exactly what Jordan Harris said in a post-game interview after. She said that if you don't know Lana, you're going to get to know her pretty quickly because she'll force you to be friends.
Yeah, she gets around everyone. It's good.
Probably important to see some of the leadership from those Stars players especially.
Yeah, and Lana is so sociable. She's so friendly as well, so I'm not surprised that her name's popped up.
Yeah.
I want to talk tactics again. Like, was there any talk with a shift, maybe loading one side of the field up, particularly when you started to bleed runs against the Angels? Did you even think about maybe making a change in the field?
Not in the field. Like we talked about just getting more double plays.
As Robinson finds a gap that just gets through. A play at the plate won't come in time, so it's 2 runs scored, or 2 more runs scored here by the Angels. They've got 4 in the first inning.
Yeah, fast start from the Angels, and they've just picked up where they left off last game. Millie, might get you to call the action for this hitter, call her in, and then call the play-by-play.
Who do we have batting here?
My sister, Ruby Fidge, copied me number 13.
So tell us some more. Talk us through.
Yeah, you got to go full. You got to go full broadcast. Let's hear your broadcast voice out here.
Oh, swung at that one.
Oh, she did a swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss. Drop ball outside. Good pitch by Chile.
Now that would have been pretty cool. We got to watch the showdown at the end of that last game.
That was so bad. Good pitch by Chile.
She got you with some back-to-back change-ups.
Oh, yeah. That was quite embarrassing. I was really hoping that she didn't throw me another one, because that would have got me.
So we've got Millie Fidge calling the action here.
Oh, good shot, Ruby. Oh, good catch. Who is that? Poppy Carm? Oh, no. She's on.
No, who is that?
Playing centre field for the Cobras is
Dubrow.
Ruby Dubrow.
Oh.
So Ruby to Ruby.
Yes.
Well, there you go. You get to call.
Oh, it's very impressive.
Yeah, you take a look at the Leading Sports replay.
Wow.
Fantastic diving catch.
Is that our first
This
one
one
of the night?
ground over to Maddie Cameron. She makes the play. So Burr grounds out, saves the scorecard because it's 9 runs there, but it's 4 runs across the board for the Angels. They're really getting after it early. We've seen how important that is to get those fast start in just a 3-inning competition.
Well, they did it the hard way as well. They went through a few batters through the lineup. They got to the 5th batter in the lineup. Whereas in this form of the game, it could be 4 runs in one swing. So let's see how the Cobras respond. They are starting with Maddie Cameron. So, potentially they could tie the game up with one swing.
Now, it's interesting. They put players like Sarah Tonkin and Jess Neves down in the bottom of the lineup, but they do start off as runners, and it's important to have some pretty good base runners to start the inning as well if you want to capitalize early on.
Some power up the top, some speed on the bases. Pretty good tactic.
So Ruby Fidge will be the starting pitcher. You played against Ruby a little bit?
Well,
played with her.
Yeah, this year I'm actually in her team, which is a bit different. It's kind of good, kind of annoying.
So give us the scouting. Give us the scouting report on Ruby Fidge.
Well, obviously batting against her last game, she likes her change-ups. That's for sure. She also likes to keep the ball down. So
that's a good tactic against this first batter.
Definitely matter, yeah.
Well, thanks to everyone who's watching at home. The Softball SA Premier League is only taking a break Wednesday nights for the month of November, but you can still catch all the action right here on Spacequake Sports on Saturday afternoon. So we're back 2 p.m. this Saturday and throughout the whole entire month of November and into Christmas, as that first one just misses the plate. And you can catch some of this action, this fully loaded action, live on Facebook as well as our other social medias, as well as Channel 44 and NITV. So thanks very much to our broadcast partners.
Cobras chasing 4 runs early. Maddie Cameron just misses this one, flies over to first, and that is a crucial first out for Ruby Fidge and the Angels.
Well, don't think you're out of trouble just yet. This batter up to bat now, Taylor Chillingworth, is leading Port Adelaide's hitting this season with 7 hits so far. So she's tied with Neves and Grauer for their top hitter at Port Adelaide.
And I think she's just 2nd or 3rd in the lead. I know Ada Caruana has 8 hits, 10 hits for Georgia Hood, who's putting together a spectacular season. But those are some pretty big names for Taylor Chillingworth to be amongst. Still got bases loaded, though. Opportunity always to score some runs. Both of you are pitchers. Both of you have to start the inning with bases loaded. I'm sure that's not that fun. What's that like?
It's very stressful. Don't really like getting up to loaded bases in a normal game, and then starting off with them is
Yeah, it's definitely
harder.
uncomfortable, but it's good preparation for like a game on a normal Saturday.
For sure.
Like I remember last year, got into situations on Saturdays where it's loaded bases, but the whole team was like really prepared for it from Thursday night games, which is good.
Good opportunity for the batters, on the other hand, too,
Yeah.
to take advantage. And Chillingworth finds a gap over at third. That scores 1 run. Play at the plate is not in time. They scored 2 runs. So
A smile on the face of Tonkin as she crossed the plate there. I think she might have thought she got away with it. Let's have a look at the leading team's replay. Good play out there at left field by King. The throw comes in and
Ooh.
pretty close play.
Very close.
here's a great look at this replay. I think she's just in.
Robbo claimed it as well,
Yeah.
I think.
All smiles. Ruby DeBro, she had that big catch in the last inning that definitely saved some runs. She's got 2 runners in scoring position. And this is a pass ball. It's going to be a play at the plate. Won't make the play. It is another run scored, so 3 runs. Now, what about your approach as a batter when you're walking up there with bases loaded?
You've definitely got a bit more confidence.
We'll take a look at the replay here from Spacequake Sports. This
Oh.
is the umpire view. That was sensational. There's a good first there from Spacequake Sports, the umpire camera to make sure it's there.
It's a good addition.
But yeah, the approach when you've got runners on bases loaded, is it just being swing away in this competition?
We're trying to get as many as many hits as we try to get.
Ruby DeBro still in the cage. This one slips away.
Oh. Good. That'll leave a bruise here.
So that scores another run. Take a look at this replay once again. That is exactly the view that the home plate umpire would have seen. Look at that. We put the home plate umpire camera on, and all of a sudden we've got, you know, a play at the plate. So 4 runs have already scored. There's 1 out. Bit less stressful for the pitcher now that there is bases clear. Now, what's that like as a pitcher working with maybe who is the catchers you were working with today? You had 2 different catchers.
And Georgia.
So you work with Bell.
Yeah, I worked with both of them.
You've worked with both of them. All right, but how is it working with a couple different pitchers that maybe you haven't or catchers that you haven't worked with before?
Last SummerSlam competition, I worked with Belle, and she's really good, very good catcher. And Georgia Ballard, I've worked with her for club, and once again, good.
It's good.
Very good.
Yeah, it's good because when you have a more experienced catcher like Belle, she'll take the lead, and then when you swap the catcher and have a less experienced, you have to take the lead. So it's good learning both positions as a pitcher.
And trying to manage the people as well.
Yeah, exactly.
I was watching before the game, Riley Moore was working with Sarah Tonkin, and I don't think they had worked together before because right away Sarah Tonkin said, all right, what do you throw? And they had to go through kind of the pitches. And do you do the same thing, just kind of recap before the game?
Yeah, it's very quick
Work out our
introduction.
signals.
Yeah.
Bryony Pearson steps in there.
Oh, very nasty change-up.
She'll be happy with that. So Bryony Pearson, you've played with her quite a bit, correct?
Yep, I played with her in under 18s and B grade. And of course A grade when she played her first game.
And what do we like about Bryony Pearson as an up-and-coming player in the competition?
I love how she's always wanting to learn. She's always like taking on board whatever our seniors are telling her. She's very good, very good.
There's 2 younger players there. Is it intimidating coming into a senior squad with so much experience with some of the other players?
Yes, definitely. Very scary.
Sure.
But they get around you a lot.
And a good hit. It's a hard hit. Are they going to make the play at first? Just gets away. It was a close play. So Bryony Pearson now trying to stretch it to 2. And she's out.
Oh, unlucky,
good effort.
Bryony.
So a bit of luck, then a bit of unluck, but a good hard hit ball. But hey, we're all level after 1 inning of play in a 4-4 ball game. And I think we're going to head this down to Mark Cramp right now. Mark, how's it going?
I'm going well, guys. I'm over here with Chelsea Robinson. Chelsea, you had a couple of tight plays at home plate there. Did you tag her or did you not tag her?
I definitely got her. I would like to see the camera because I felt a little nudge before her foot stepped on the plate.
All right, Neville, never wrong. May have got that one wrong.
Nah, camera says a different story. Camera says a different story.
They're telling me the camera tells a different story. Now, that was a good play. Good backing up there. Young spirited team. 4 all, bottom of the first, top of the second. How do you reckon you'll go?
Yeah, we're doing really well. We've got a young side and they're coming out firing. So, yeah, super excited. I think we'll hopefully pull out with the win.
All right, well, good luck. Good luck in the second innings.
Early call.
Thanks, guys.
Early call is
Very early
what
call.
Ruby Fidge is saying. It was an early call, but it looked pretty close on the replay there. It's tough
Yeah.
to it's got to be hard as an umpire when you see those bang bang plays
Yeah.
coming in. You have a split second to make the call, but an out is an out. Here's a look again at the play. Great work here.
Oh, that's a very hard call for him.
Very hard, very difficult call, and you can see the camera strapped
Yeah.
right on there. So the bases start loaded once again. It is a 4-4 game.
Who have we got?
Both teams have the lead.
Georgia King up to bat for the Angels.
She scored in the first inning, but she started on third. Chop foul. But some great work from Spacequake Sports on that replay.
Oh, that was tremendous, and never wrong. Neville Lawrence got another call right, and looks good on him as well, the GoPro. He was actually telling me about the cameras that he had to wear during the Athens Olympics. King with a good shot up the middle. 1 run will score. Second run turns third without breaking stride. There was nearly a play at the plate. The 2-run score for the Angels, and so they'll get that handy 2-run buffer with Cara Schultz up to bat.
Was that just a little low-key flex from Never Wrong, just to say, yeah, I was at the Olympics?
Yeah, a little bit. He was saying the battery pack was tied onto the back of his helmet, and the camera was mounted on his forehead. Not uncomfortable at all.
So Cara Schultz steps up. Already 2 runs scored here from the Angels. They've been pretty consistent in their run production, and now their 5th inning of the day. And Cara Schultz smacks this one. This one's back, and this one's gone. Bang! It's a home run from Cara Schultz.
Opposite field power from Schultz. She's got the trot on, the Mark Cram trot, and she takes her time to get around the base. Here come the girls for the celebration. I'd like to see like an Angels and Demons sort of celebration, don't you reckon?
Oh, yeah.
Other than the flap of the wings. Power opposite field.
Yeah. Great shot.
And just like that, 5 runs have been scored this inning. A big old swing, and she knew it right away.
She was
Big
jogging from the start.
Yeah.
Powerful hitter.
Here's to take a look from that camera again on what that looked like. There's the ball gone. So 5-run score. It's now 9-4. Georgia Hood up to bat for her first crack at it today.
We talk about celebrations, home run celebrations. What about some bat flips, girls? You reckon if you can feel it off the bat, you might celebrate with a bat flip?
It'd be pretty embarrassing if it didn't go over.
Yeah, you'd have to walk it down the line a little bit. Unlucky play there. This is knocked down, but the runner will get to first. So no outs. The opportunity for the Angels to put up a crooked number here.
Yeah, it's a handy gap as well that they've got. It's 5 runs, top of the second with no out. So it's playing on their terms at the moment. Back to the top of the order.
With Neve Adams, who had the 2 RBI double earlier.
64 Ks an hour on that change up.
Great pitch.
And how's Neve going this year in A grade?
Oh, she's doing very well. She's definitely had to adjust a bit because she hasn't played with any of the players yet. But everyone's really accepted her, and she's got around everyone, which is really good.
Pretty good culture going on at Sturt right now. Falcons,
Yes.
of course, at the top of the table after the weekend. A big weekend win.
Very exciting. We like coming back from behind, I reckon.
Yeah.
A couple games had to...
It was a pretty dramatic win over the weekend.
Yeah,
Yeah, you've made a habit of it throughout the season so far.
definitely.
But your only loss has come at the hands of this young lady on the mound, Yankovic.
This is grounded to second. They're going to turn 1. Can they turn 2? Nope, they can't. They get the lead runner, though.
That was sharp. Hayley Benithan at second base. She played it like a natural middle infielder there as she took it straight over the top of the ball, and then she switched sides, get the lead runner. So back to Michaela. She threw a win against Sturt
Yes.
earlier in the season. She looks the goods, doesn't she?
Yeah, she's throwing very well. Oh.
Got a big jump, and it was only a leadoff, so And so the Angels lose a base runner, so that is the first out of the inning.
Second out. They made the play,
yeah.
That is very unlucky there from Neve Adams. We'll see if we see the replay there, but that's the runner leaving first early.
Can't get away with those when he's there. He cannot.
We've had to adjust on Saturdays.
Yeah.
We've learned.
The hard way?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, no.
I love the experience that we've got for the umpires. We've got an Olympian. Dave Borovnik is the umpire at first base. He's a premiership player with the Glenelg Rebels back when they played here.
Yeah, it is the correct call.
Yeah, good call.
Ian Gray is the other umpire on the diamond and a former men's player as well.
So Gooley, all of a sudden this inning has just changed. There was no outs and a runner on first. Now there's 2 outs and nobody on, but they still have the 5 runs. A big swing at this one.
These are some big cuts as well from Gooley. I like that she's not holding back. She's trying to get after the pitch here, and maybe a celebration on the way if she can connect.
And the Cobras said that they have a new celebration in the works too. We're just waiting for the home run to come.
I'm not sure. I don't think it's too far away. You look at their lineup, and they've got home run hitters all the way through.
This was a nice little shot. Good at bat from Gooley, and she's aboard with a base hit to keep the inning going. And that will bring Poppy Carmen to the plate, who's had a really nice night so far.
She just threw out a high five to her coach, Mel McGee, just then. Maybe she's got a bit of a superstition. That batting glove's got a massive rip through the palm. So she likes those gloves, obviously.
Now, ladies, it is cold outside. It feels about 7 degrees according to the BOM.
Freezing.
Or well, you're just sitting here shivering out here. Now, when you're out there pitching, is the cold really, is it really a factor? Do you feel it at all?
No.
Nope.
I kind of just zone out.
You're sweating.
Yeah. Especially in that dig where it took a while to get out of there, but we got there eventually.
Okay, would you rather play in weather where it is, that 5-6 degrees and a bit of wind, or when it is 39 degrees?
I would rather 39 degrees.
I would rather the cold.
Well, why?
Get a tan?
Get a tan.
We wear pants.
On your arms. No, I don't know. I'd just rather the heat.
I'd rather the cold.
Well, there you go. James, tiebreaker?
Give me the heat any day.
Give me the heat any day.
Well, Cobras with the 2 outs. They need one more to get out of here.
Carmen has been tough to get out all day, though, and she continues her streak and gets aboard. Brings back Chelsea Robinson.
These lineups are so impressive. They just never die, do they? And so, just when you think, oh, well, we got rid of that batter, next one just comes up.
Yeah.
Must be daunting for you two as pitchers to see, a Belle White in the box, and then the next batter's Lana Kayser, and the next batter's Jordan Harris. So each of the teams have to face that.
I'm very happy that they're on our team, though.
Yeah.
Of course.
Very handy.
Interesting here for the Angels in the lineup that no Sophie Roberts in the batting lineup for game number 2 today.
Maybe she did get that commentator's curse after all. She's been benched after the first game.
Chelsea Robinson swings at that one. She tries to go opposite field. That one just drifts foul too. So she stays alive in the at-bat, trying to put up more of a number here. She's got a runner in scoring position. Margin of victory, very important in this competition. There's only a 3-inning game if you're just joining us for the first part in the later stages of the night. The Thunder won the first game versus the Cobras. They put up 11 runs in the last inning. As Chelsea Robinson, big shot out and over the wall and gone. A line drive home run from Chelsea Robinson has pushed it to a 12-4 lead.
Franchise owner Mark Cramp clapping there in the background. Very happy franchise owner at the moment. Another Angels celebration and another home run. Chelsea Robinson this time.
And that is 8 runs in the inning for the Angels. They put up 10 runs versus the Thunder in the second inning last game. The second inning, a big inning for the Angels. And they had 2 outs and nobody on base, and they've just generated more runs.
Ground ball to shortstop. Great play. A hard throw from Chillingworth to end the inning, and Maddie Cameron will make that out. And now the Cobras have an opportunity to reply. Girls, you were on the other end of an Angels big inning like that as well. What do you have to do to dig yourself out of it?
I think we just had to get around each other a bit.
Yeah.
Especially the older players got around all the younger ones. Yeah.
Smile for the camera, girls. You're on camera, so if you just face
Billy
over
Fitch, Jared
this way.
Monroe, James Harris, Eric Ballnar here in the commentary booth for you. But we're halfway through a 3-inning game. It's been a fun evening of softball so far, as we get to take a look at this replay here. Right off the bat, did she know that was gone? No, she was hustling down the line. It was a line drive that just found its way over on Chelsea Robinson's home run.
When you hit them and it goes like a laser beam, you just take off because you think, I got extra bases coming here. You don't. Your initial thought isn't that it's going to go the journey, but when you elevate it a little bit, sometimes you have an extended look at your hit. But that time she was on her bike straight away. Rain Menzies to start things off for the Cobras in the bottom of the second.
Rain Menzies going to have to get something going here. They're 8 runs back.
We're going to lose Rain after this week because she is making the move across the ditch.
Back to New Zealand, is that right?
Absolutely. So a big loss for, well, not only the state, but also her club, Port Adelaide, as well.
Yep.
Exciting young player.
Ruby Fidge still on the mound. We're in the circle. With a stolen number, we've got the insight from Millie Fidge in the commentary booth.
The Millie wore 13 for the Angels last year. Different type of uniform because we had the Angels logo from the MFSA. It's still the Angels from the MFSA, but this time supported by CPC. And tonight we presented CPC with a playing top, and we'll feature another franchise owner next week. So it'll either be the Community Bank West Beach Cobras franchise owner from Bendigo Bank at West Beach, or it'll be Emmsee Sportswear, who are supporting the Thunder.
So Ruby Fidge gets the first out as a strikeout, and this one is going to fly over towards short. They make the catch. They're going to try a tag at home. Just couldn't quite bring it in. That slips away, so that's going to score a run. They almost had a big double play there to get out of the inning, but that was always going to be a tough play, but they almost made it.
Sacrifice fly to Courtney Shepherd. Good slide in at home as well.
Good heads-up play by Neve there.
And good running as well from Chillingworth.
So Jess Neves.
Yeah, lost count of how many home runs she hit last season.
Yeah, that was fun on the last broadcast, but it's Neves, Tonkin, and Benithan. So there's 2 outs here. There's 2 runners in scoring position, but man, this is a tough bottom part of the lineup if you're going Neves, Tonkin, and Benithan at the bottom.
And Cobras need it as well. They need some back-to-back hits just to gather some momentum, close that gap.
Neves over to third, takes a funny hop. That's going to score 1 run. Neves gets to first. So they'll have runners on the corners. Another run is scored. So it's a crucial second run to cut it to 12-6. Sarah Tonkin, she hit a home run in the first game. Haley Benithan a home run threat, but one swing of the bat. We get to see that big celebration, hopefully.
It doesn't stop there either. You go back to the top of the order, Maddie Cameron.
Then Taylor Chillingworth.
So it's a solid lineup the Cobras have. So they probably just need to piece it together a little bit, and then you add Yo Grauer to that lineup as well. And, you know, each team plays in the final, so you never know. They could be a threat come week 4, when it'll be first place on the ladder will go straight through to the grand final. Second and third will play off for a spot in the final. We'll have 2 games that night. Every other week we have got 3.
All right, ball over to short, throw across, they make the play. So, only the 2-run score. It keeps it a 12-6 game. We head to the last inning.
margin of victory in this competition, very important. The first game was run by 11 runs by the Thunder. Well done. You pick up 5 points. Second game, though, very crucially, the Thunder were able to claw it back to within 4 runs. So they do pick up the 1 point. They got 6 points. The Angels, who won by 4, they got 3. So the Angels are the current standings is Thunder at 6, Angels at 3, and they have a 6-run lead in this game versus the Cobras.
Yeah, which is worth all 5 points as well. So,
well, James, you're now over there with Mark Cramp, I think. Or who are you going to go talk to?
I'm going to hand this over to Mark, and then he's going to go grab one of the players in the Angels dugout. So just bear with us a moment.
All right, sounds good. So you girls are left with me here. Get any feedback? You got some friends watching the broadcast with you on here?
Yeah, a couple of them texting me, I reckon.
Good things or bad things?
You'd hope good.
You'd hope good things.
Yeah.
So we'll start the inning off with the bases loaded. Carmen Poppy will start at third. Chelsea Robinson at second. And should be Ruby Fidge over at first. And in the batter's box is Georgia Burr. So you've met everybody now on your team. You've got to play with some people you haven't played before. Does it make you a bit more excited even for next week?
Yeah, very excited to get back out there with them again, get to know them a bit more.
And we're going to send this over to Mark, who's down in the dugout right now.
Thanks, guys. I've got Cara Schultz with me. Cara, you just put one over. How does that feel?
Oh, it was very exciting. I haven't been hitting very well, so it was exciting to get some good contact and just get that one over for the team. Yeah.
Now, I think it's 12-4, I think it is at the moment, so you've got to hold them. Or you got to get a couple more runs on and you got to hold them. How are the girls feeling?
The girls are pretty good. We're just focusing on getting some more runs, just knocking the ball down in the infield and making some good plays.
Well, you're doing a great job, and we're very, very proud of you, and you're doing a very good job. So as a franchise owner, I'm very happy. Well done.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
How many times has Mark mentioned he's a franchise owner tonight? No, he's doing a great job. CPC, thanks for jumping on board. It is CPC's night here, sponsoring the Angels in the fully loaded competition. 3-1 count. Bit nerve-wracking as a pitcher when you see those 3 balls rack up and bases are loaded and the free runs right there. What do you do? Because you have to go after them. You have to pitch them a strike, don't you?
Yeah, you just have to put it there.
And hope for the best. And hope for the best.
Yeah.
Full count. Georgia Burr. Angels trying to add to their total. They have been putting up numbers all day. It's a grounder. They're going to make a play at home. And again, some aggressive defense from Maddie Cameron over at first base.
Yeah, Maddie is hot in the action, isn't she? She was at shortstop in game 1. We know her as the best outfielder that we've got in the competition with that strong arm. So she's using that as a weapon and trying to stop the Angels from scoring and extending that lead.
What's Maddie like as a teammate?
Oh.
Oh.
No,
We'll just leave it there.
You'd think she's like really, I know, because she's the teacher, you'd think she'd be really sensible. But she's just like another one of the young ones. She's her and Jessie Keats together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's so funny. She's always up for a laugh. Gets around everyone. It's good.
Well, I hope she can play this back and find the quote that says, you'd think as a teacher she'd be sensible.
Good pitch from Yankovic. She looks good. She looks sharp, and you know she's caught me by surprise a little bit as well. I've never seen her in the pitching circle, so I'm sure she knows that she hasn't just come out of nowhere. But it's so refreshing to see the young talent that's coming through in this competition.
Exactly.
Bases still loaded, as they are to start every inning, but they did get the 1 out. And it's crucial that they've had that lead run. And this one's hit high up in the air. And trying to diving catch. Can't quite make the play. Run will score. Bases will remain loaded. So there's the first run of the inning. Stretches it to a 13-6 lead. And brings up the person that hit a home run in her last at-bat to the opposite field in Cara Schultz. What do you think, 2 times? 1 game?
I'm just trying to catch up what just happened just then. They've called the batter out.
Oh, have they? So the batter's out. Okay, but the runner still has scored.
Okay, Schultz is up to bat. Now, what question did I just miss then?
I can't remember. Oh, can't she hit another home run?
Schultz. Well, she showed power opposite field last turn at back. She gets one down the middle. She could pull this.
And this is hit hard. This finds its way to the outfield, scores another run. They're going to be pushing for 2. Play at the plate. She's safe.
Another couple of RBIs for Schultz.
Yep, that would give her 5 RBIs on the day with a 2 RBI single on this one. So that's a pretty productive day when your team scored 15 runs and you've accounted for 5 of the RBIs.
That's very impressive.
Not bad, decent.
Very dangerous batter.
How's Georgia Hood? She's a pretty dangerous batter too, and she
Yes.
swings and hits this one hard. It'll advance the runner and keep the inning going.
Went like a rocket out to left field, and Neves had the ball before Georgia Hood was halfway down the line. It was hit so hard. She is a terrific young hitter. It's her birthday this week, I think. Georgia Hood, she's only going to turn 20. She leads all comers in the Adelaide competition.
No longer a teenager.
10 hits. Girls, we can hear you whispering to each other.
I just say I thought she was a lot younger than that.
Still young.
Still young,
But-
yeah.
But she's been a player playing in the Premier League. This is her 5th season.
Yeah.
So she's a pretty experienced player, even though she's only turning 20.
Yeah, held in high regard. She's played at 2 Junior Women's World Championships. She went away to SummerSlam over the last 2 years as well. Elevated to the larger Aussie squad that played at the Australia Pacific Cup earlier in the year as well. So she's a handy player. This is Neve Adams, speaking of handy players. She's the game's original leadoff. She started with a hit.
And they're just finding gaps. That is going to score another run. So Neve Adams has her 3rd RBI of the day. She had 2 to start the game. She cashes in another one here. And crucially, they are now in double-digit lead territory, which is worth an extra point on the ladder.
Yeah, we've seen some blowout innings tonight, haven't we? It's these games are probably going a little longer than we thought that they would, but maybe that's because it's the first week. So let's hope that they can get this inning over and done with pretty quick before the lights go out. I'm getting the look from Kelsey.
When do the lights go out? That's the real question. Soon.
10 p.m.
Perfect. So we've got 4 outs to get through, and we'll be up against the lights. We don't want. Is it a sensitive subject to talk about South Australia and lights going out and softball games?
Absolutely, absolutely. It was the lights that stopped the momentum at the Gillies Shield final earlier this year. But I'll give you a quick story. If I can, I'll find my little stat sheet and I'll give you a story that in the SA Premier League in 1986-87.
Good pitch, though. Swing and a miss. Gets the inning over and done with.
Perfect time for a story right
Perfect
here
time.
in between innings. Girls, you were probably you weren't even born yet. 1986-87 was the only tied grand final in the SA Premier League. Walkerville were playing Glenelg and the lights were switched off. As the night went on, the game continued to go and go, and someone switched the lights off because we were reaching curfew for the lights, and they awarded both teams the joint premiership. So there's a bit of a story about lights going out and in softball in SA.
So if you find yourself, Millie Fidge, on the mound in a grand final in a 1-1 game, couple base runners on, just got to go make sure that someone else goes and turns the lights off for you, and you can get out of that jam.
Might have changed the rules by now, but
well,
well, we are in the bottom of the 3rd inning, the 3rd and final game of week 1 of Fully Loaded. We'll be bringing you Fully Loaded action every Thursday night right here, Spacequake Sports, on the Softball SA Facebook page. And thanks to everyone who's watching at home on social media. We probably will get to social media throughout, so if you are watching over the next couple of weeks, make sure you say g'day, tell us where you're watching from, and we'll give you a shout out. But tonight,
Too busy.
Week 1, it is a hectic night. Thanks very much, Millie Fidge and Araha Munro joining us at the commentary table.
So 5 points on the premiership ladder for the Angels awarded if the game were to end right now. But the game doesn't end now because there's bases loaded, bottom of the third. They got to play out this inning. Cobras trying to put up a number. We saw the Thunder put up 11 in a third inning earlier in the day. That's what the Cobras need right now.
Absolutely, a fast inning required for the Angels to take those points, whereas the Cobras, they really need to get on a bit of a streak.
Benithan watches that one. And she's someone with a lot of power, Haley Benithan. Courtney Shepard. Or sorry, not Courtney Shepard. Who's pitching now? Poppy Carmen, sorry. Poppy Carmen pitching for the Angels. She's had a very good day with the bat, but she walks the leadoff runner here, so makes it a 16-7 game, gets it back to 4 points only for the Angels in a 16-7 game. Haley Benithan to first. Now Maddie Cameron up to bat. She's just missed on a couple balls today. You feel like she might be due. And she swings at the first pitch. A good play over third to knock it down.
She hit that so hard the ball bobbled out of the glove of the third base player. Wasn't a bad play either. She got a good glove to it. That was Gooley at third.
But it keeps the bases loaded. And a good slide in there from Tonkin. And here's a shot. This one is back deep. It's to the fence. Is it back? It's gone. It's a grand slam from Taylor Chillingworth. And she's put the Cobras right back into the ball game.
What a massive hit. Girls, you're laughing. Talk us through it. That was gone off the bat.
That was a good hit.
I thought that was over the big one.
Here we go.
Here's the camera.
Oh, there's a celebration.
Love the celebrations.
That's straight out of the dodgeball handbook there. But 6 runs on no outs made and a fantastic celebration. Who's been coming up with the celebrations in your dugout?
Belle White's taken charge, but she's been asking for some more new ideas.
Some more ideas. Well, that one's going to be tough to beat. That one was pretty good. I think we're going to send Mark Cramp over there, sideline reporter, to go talk about that celebration. But all of a sudden, it's a brand new ball game. We were talking about the full 5 points for the Angels about 30 seconds ago. Now the Cobras at least have a point because they've got it to within 4. There's no outs, and there's still every opportunity to jump back right in this. Just like that, SummerSlam delivers, and it's a big turning point in a 16-12 game, James. Girls, what do you think? Can they make the comeback?
Well, anything's possible in this game.
For sure.
Definitely.
Ruby DeBro. She's going to have to get on base, and she just missed this one. It's popped up. It's going right towards the booth here, and how's that catch from Chelsea Robinson? And I think, is Mark down there? Mark, let us know when you're with us. Just jump right in when you've got someone from the dugout.
Yeah, I've got Tyler. I got Tyler with me now. Tell us about the hit. That was fantastic. That was long.
Thanks. I dipped under it a bit, but it went.
It went very, very long. That put you guys right back in the game. How's the dugout now? What's it everyone like?
Yeah, we're all up and about. It's good.
Yeah, and do you think you can take it out? Tell me.
Of course. Always.
Oh, I don't really like that. All right, so the atmosphere in here is electric right now, as you can imagine. The girls are on fire, and the bats are on fire.
A Ruby DeBrew hit as well, too. Gets her on base. We got someone on board.
Yeah, 100%. They are very, very excited here. I'll hang around for a little bit.
Perfect. Well, just jump in when you can there, Mark. But Bryony Pearson comes to plate. Ro, what do you think? She got to...
Is that Bryony?
No, it's not.
Rain.
It's rain. But they have a runner on first. And Menzies grounds this to second. They make the play at 1. They can't get there to 2. Double play?
No, just one.
No, just the one out. So Ruby DeBro is out at second. And now it is Courtney Shepard up to bat. So Courtney Shepard steps in. So just as Shepard
Very good
swings
pitch,
at that
good
one.
pitch.
So they've done a good job, the Cobras, of getting back into this game. If this holds, the Angels will sit at top with 2 wins but 6 points. The Thunder also have 6 points, and the Cobras will just have the 1. All these teams play again next week. Girls, what do you think you're taking away from this week? What are you learning from it?
Got to get aggressive early.
Yeah.
Get on the scoreboard early and then hold
Yeah.
the other team.
Yeah, that's what I'm learning
I reckon.
And a good hit here. This one is going to be a great diving catch attempt. That's going to advance the runner to third. So runners on the corners, and they're not done yet, are they? As Courtney Shepard gets the runners over to the corners.
Great effort by Cara. Out in center field. Yeah.
A fantastic effort by Cara. Laying out, trying to seal it there, but still runners on the corner. So, Jess Neves, she had a home run in the first game to tie it up at 9. She's going to try to be clutch again here in a 16-12 game. One swing of the bat gets them within 1, and this is a tough part of the lineup. Neves, Tonkin, Benithan, Cameron, they really need to find it out here. You don't want to risk having to face that bottom part of the lineup again. Mark, still a lot of belief in that dugout?
Oh, you would believe it, guys. I'm standing here now, and like you just said, Eric.
As Neves, grounds this up the middle. They take the play over at second, and that will end it. So the Angels, and Mark, your CPC Angels, hold on, and they take this one 16-12.
Very lucky. The girls played very, very well. I'll tell you what, the Cobras were fired up over here in the dugout, and it was a very, very dangerous part of the lineup. You had Tonkin, Benithan, and Cameron up next, so they could have easily snuck up and stole it. So we saw the Thunder come strong in game 1. Angels held out in that one. It's a very, very good game, this one. You never know what's going to happen.
That's for sure. 16-12. Well, Arrow, Millie, thank you very much for joining me today on the booth. We need to hear your final thoughts of the game and just the day in general.
Oh, it was a good start to the Fully Loaded. Very exciting. Good game to finish on as well. Very exciting.
Well, thank you very much for joining us today. A 16-12 final. Mark, are you going to go find us an interview down there, Mark Cramp?
No, we're going to, it's James here, mate.
James.
We're going to turn it off straight away. We're going to pack up and get out of here. So thanks, everyone, for joining us for week 1 of Fully Loaded action.
Well, thanks very much for joining us on behalf of our commentators, Arrow Munro, Millie Fidge, James Harris, Mark Cramp, Eric Ballnar, and everybody else that joined us early on. Thank you very much for joining us, and good night.